Hello and good morning everybody, and welcome to another grand final, this time for the second division. It is me, MJ Ping, with my boy looking hella fresh once again, Donut. How you doing, my brother?
I'm all good, just ready for the finals and pretty much ready to get started as well.
Well, it's going to be one very interesting matchup. We got a lot of things to talk about because it's Permitta versus ECLOT. And looking at the history of these teams, they've battled each other time and time again. But one crucial thing that I'm going to say is that on the United 21, or on another event, ECLOT beat Permitta 2-0 in the grand final. So Permitta will be looking for revenge. And it was kind of a similar run because during the upper bracket playoffs, Permitta beat ECLOT 2-0, but then ECLOT won the most important battle, which was the grand final. And Donut, we have kind of a similar scene here. Permitta dropping ECLOT to the lower bracket, and now in the grand final, is it going to be the same? Will ECLOT win the important battle again, or is it going to be Permitta winning the title?
I don't know, dude. I was kind of watching the stats and everything before, and you kind of gave a good point that they did go ahead each other 2 times, and they did swap those matches 2 times. It was 2-0 all across the board, so ECLOT won their game 2-0, and after that Permitta won their game 2-0. But what I was actually focused a little bit more on was the teams that Permitta has been winning lately, and that's kind of a little bit of a banger in a way, because they have been doing a very good job of just pretty much taking care of the tier 2 scene in a way. Almost even getting into the majors, just as a new team, looking very powerful at the start. The question is, can they just keep the momentum up on the finals?
Yeah, well, now this is the best time to show up, and I've talked about Permitta on the previous matches that they always make deep runs at these EPL events, but they never really won a title, won an event, at least not this lineup. So let's see if they will finally win one. We start with Mirage, where Permitta are on the T side and ECLOT on the CT side, and look at that, a train on B apartments.
Already taking the apps control, it seems like. They want to take the control, but it seems like Permitta, they're not going to give it for free. Weggy with Morels will pretty much just dominate in the first round, sorry. And that's a pretty gnarly situation to be at. It's going to be very hard to convert this into a win from the side of ECLOT.
But they're going to try. We got to defuse it in the smoke on Kriaz for a post plan, but they need a couple of clean kills here. And Permitta, you gotta love the discipline. It's 5 versus 3, but they're not running around into a bomb site. They're taking their sweet time. They still have plenty of utility. 2 smokes, 3 flashes. And you've got the P250 on B-Nox. And they make the right call. An empty A bomb site awaits.
I'm just a little bit questionable at the moment as ECLOT. They're not really spawning anything towards the B-Apps. Then they're still stacking with 2 players. Maybe it's time to take a little bit of a risk, turn around, especially with the first line of smokes. Now the question is, are they going to save the armor for the few players, or do they actually want to go for this one? It seems like through the smokes, there's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Oh, it's going to be Detour, but he's been already taken care of, and that's pretty much the round already. They have to go nuclear here as the CTs just to try to bring this back.
Yeah. I don't think it's happening. Oh, Morels already up in their faces. Kill found on Kriaz, and now Forsey. Saving this armor is the plan. Is he going to succeed? We're about to see. He's been spotted, and Permitta, they can just go for the hunt here. Just show their absolute dominance on the pistol round. But that's a nice shot from Forsey. Looking for the second. He gets the kill on Mash too. Running out of ammunition though. 2 bullets remaining. And I don't know if Permitta are going to allow him to reload at this point. It will be Mari to put him out of his misery. And Permitta, they start off well with a pistol round W.
Yeah, I have to say, I was almost going to say that that's going to be 300 per kill at this end. So if he gets to stack up a few kills here and there, the buy for our next round, if you wanted to go for something extra, that could have been something he could have gone for, or even save the money for an op for his teammate. But it seems like ECLOT, they're going to go for the buy anyway. It's going to be MP9s pretty much across the boards with those 5.7s and Deagles, or a Deagle. And the question here is, what kind of a game plan do we see? Usually when we see these buys, you are kind of hoping for the team to do something extra, something special. But at the moment, what we're seeing in the screen is very passive. They're very much letting Permitta to get close to them and maybe get into action with those 5.7s.
Hoping for a B hit here, as we have the majority of the ECLOT squad towards this B bomb site. Permitta are taking their time. They have a lurker in the ramp, that's Binox. Bomb is far away, which means this will be a slow-paced round, just like the one in the pistol. But ECLOT, they can still be dangerous, of course. Blitz in ladder room, but no one is coming close to him.
Yeah, it's one of those situations, if they could see the overview, A side could be the easy side to access. Of course, there's a player just with that deagle. You know, it's like a mini op at this point.
Yeah.
That one headshot. Yeah. It's like a cannon that you can take a picture of.
The FAP AK.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to cut you. I haven't seen that in a while. Mari. No, look at the stickers.
yeah. I do understand what you're talking about.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. People have been wilding out with stickers lately, but that's going to be the first kill from the ladder room. And that pretty much paves the way for the A side. So no access has been pretty much obscured yet. And it seems like the whole side is for them. And there is still that one player towards the CT spot, but it doesn't seem like Force is even going to battle for it. So that's going to be pretty much the round per meter.
Yeah.
With two very clean rounds here at the start. And the question is, ECLOT, as they didn't actually lose that many players this round, they still have the armor. What are they planning for the next round? Yeah. What are they planning for the next round? The question is, are they going to buy up on top of that, or are they finally going to save for rifles? The problem is they could actually screw up their economy in a very bad way if they keep buying, you know. Oh, look at that. It's a little bit sloppy, but it doesn't matter as long as the bullets hit.
Yeah. He sprays just like me.
Yeah.
Well, Kriaz kill found on Veggie. That's an AK upgrade, so you've got some decent weaponry heading into the next round.
The question is, how many can you save?
Yeah, good question. Two of those, and Kriaz is going to drop that 5-7 to somebody else.
By the way,
yeah.
I did play CS for the first time in a month again yesterday.
Oh, wow.
I actually played it 2 times now. Both of those times, I've had a cheater on my own team. I just want to say that. And by the way, my spray looked like that too. Yeah.
You had him in your team, so...
Yeah, I guess that's a bright side. It's just insane.
Man,
yeah.
That's messed up. Valve, please fix.
Yeah, of course. Please fix.
Let's take a look at the third round. We got aggression that you mentioned earlier, and Blitz and Kriaz already off on a good start. 2 frags found on mid. Mass hiding in the corner. Flash is good, but at the same time, MBQ got blinded, so I don't know what the big idea was here, but still, Kriaz with that AK. He finds another. That's Binox falling, and good damage done by MBQ on Mass. He drops to 37.
That's a good start. Just looking at the round here, Forsey has to be a little bit careful. If he pushes a little bit too much, that's going to be Mass to take the kill, but no. From that angle, he's going to win the fight. That drops the bomb to the floor pretty much. And it's 1:10 left on the clock. But the problem is for Mary, that it doesn't really matter. He has B-side access, but the defense from the CT side is covering the bomb at this point. So now the question is, does he want to go for economic damage? That could be something. For the CT side at the moment, the money hasn't accumulated to a point that they can pretty much buy whatever they want. But at the same time, sacrificing an AK like that is not going to be the best option as well. Because if he goes down, that's going to be 3 AKs for the next round that they save. Or sorry, 2 AKs with a Galil or a guitar.
It doesn't even matter if they can't buy it, just save the AK. You get 1,400 next, so when you do the math, you got equipment worth 4.4k or something like that. Maybe less.
Yeah.
Either way. ECLOT, with the half-buy, with the 2 save weapons, they do a great job. Kriaz with that AK popping off. Yeah, boy, we got the full view, panoramic view.
Yeah, if you guys had any questions while we were talking about, that's going to be Face, Apex, and Pain. Yeah.
If you want to craft that bad boy.
You boys have a dirty mind.
Ooh. Well, just boys being boys.
Well, to be honest, it looks kind of sick.
It does, because the hollow effect are making it blend with the red color. Not blend, but yeah, it's just a really good combo.
All right. However you want to say it. I actually think I have those stickers, so I'm gonna make a version for myself.
Nice.
All right, so back up to a new round we go. Just looking at the save with that MAC-10 Detour. Oh, that's a known long-range weapon. It's kind of like an op at the moment. So from the window, you can do some jumping shots with it. To be honest, I'm a little bit... Yeah, actually, he's going to be pushing middle. That was pretty much the only option I actually saw for that Mac 10. But it's going to be forced to open up the round against Veggie. And of course, Permitta, they still have money for the next round, so not the end of the world. But of course, losing the first player is not going to be the part of the plan. And the question is, how do they want to bring this round back? ECLOT starting off the round pretty well here.
Yeah, that was a clean kill. They got away with murder. Permitta couldn't trade. No one was close enough to avenge Veggie there. But either way, the round is still on. They're trying to take late mid control, and we have presence here from ECLOT. 4 players. Well, 3. And MBQ is patiently holding. Here's Morels. He will be the first to fall. Blitz takes down Mari. Beanox with a trade. Blitz is going to commit another one, and Beanox will be short-lived after the frag on Blitz Force. It takes him down, and ECLOT, they do respond to the mid-take attempt from Permitta.
Yeah, at the moment it seems like Permitta, they're feeling very comfortable spending a minute off the clock, just pretty much waiting for ECLOT to do their mistakes. But the problem is ECLOT seems to be kind of comfortable on the CT side, just waiting. So it's not really working. Usually what you see, we were actually talking about this like on the last few casts. Usually at this levels on tier 2, tier 3, you start to see some teams trying to go for information one by one, and that's when you get those conversions. But yeah. ECLOT, they just take it through.
Yeah. Gotta love the mid-take, but eventually it can backfire, so they need to be careful, because if you're Permitta, okay, they're fighting mid-heavy 1 round, 2 round, 3 rounds, just hit A early, or just hit B, because you know it's gonna be weaker. But ECLOT, that timing was good.
Yeah. I'm almost actually starting to feel like we might want to see some more executions at the start. At the moment, of course, this is a very early game. Both of the teams are pretty much just trying to get a little bit of a touch how they're playing. But in a situation like that, just an explosion could be awesome, especially with just the destruction here on middle. This is just going to be a shooting gallery. Detour with Blitz, shutting everything down. Of course, this is a save round, but it's always very important not to get clocked. One of the players did get dinged, so Blitz seeing some Vietnam flashbacks at the moment.
Well, let's continue to the next gun round. 3.
Are we going to see an op? No. Oh, yes, Forsey. Finally.
Yeah.
Now the question is, are we going to see some magic?
Ooh. Well, let's see where he positions himself.
I wanted to say, we haven't actually seen that much op impact at the start lately for some of the teams. I'm not entirely sure if the op is interpreted right way in CS2, but that first pick is going to be very good.
It's expensive. I think we can discuss about that later, because Detour wants to cook here on mid, and they know where he is. Detour is in trouble. What a shot from Morels on 4C, and another one on Detour. Big multi-kill here from Permitta. You want to fight mid? We will fight mid.
That's the op that I was talking about. The one thing I was kind of waiting to hear the sound of, and it just gets one tap to the face. To be honest, I'm not entirely even sure if he had the time to even shoot the bullet. I didn't really hear it.
Nah.
But the player behind the box, I think it was Morels going for that frag. Yeah. He didn't actually even spot the player behind. He just reacted to that op. One tap to the face, drops him down to the floor. That's a pretty quick kill.
Well, Permitta was about time that they adapted to that mid pressure from ECLOT. We still have 2 players though, in 45 seconds. Permitta. It will be Beanox. 2 on map eventually. What an angle from MBQ, but a better shot from Beanox. And now Krias. No, Beanox! The wallbang is so on point, and it's a flawless round from Permitta. They did drop a single player. The score is tied once again.
I was just about to say that MBQ usually has been very good here on those conversions, especially multi-kills, but he just gets shot down. And I have to say, Beanox, having the brains to actually even clear the, well, whatever you want to call it, that burn box behind the site.
Ninja.
It seems like Permitta, they're pretty much woken up to the game. They're woken up to play today, so they're on point. And the question is, are we going to see some kind of a conversion from the side of ECLOT? It's not like they're playing bad at the moment, it's just a few unfortunate rounds here and there. But behind the smoke play from Blitz, already very close to that angle, Morels from that flash is going to go for that peek. That's going to be Veggie to help out with that kill, and Blitz gets just obliterated pretty much. Jesus.
Yeah, honestly, you deserve that.
Barely had a chance. Yeah.
It's kind of obvious that you want to play mid aggro, so Permitta are using a lot of flashes to clear out mid.
And the lack of teammates at the moment, that's surprising me a little bit.
It was risky, and they got money for it. MBQ is the next to fall. Morel's just farming on mid, kill after kill. 5 versus 3 here for Permitta. And you've got a lot of time on the clock. Also Mari lurking on B. But they will make the right choice to go towards the safe side, and Morel's... That smoke will fade soon. Dutor is in trouble, because Morel's is holding jungle here.
Wait a minute, just a little bit of a duel.
Yeah.
Oh, the smoke is just about to clear. That's going to be the first player to react. Of course, it's going to be Morel's. It's just a one-man army at the moment.
Yeah.
Opening pretty much every single corner. And I think the plan for the round was just Morel's. Maybe go kill.
It works.
Well, it seems like it. A few weapons being saved from the side of ECLOT. The question now, how do they want to kind of answer back to that middle push? So for a few rounds that we have seen, the earlier round they did have their offer on top of that fence. The problem is that's just a reaction from Blitz, or sorry, Binox. Was just a little. What was it, Binox? I think it was Binox or Morel's on the round before this one. Just pretty much shutting it down middle. This time around, they're pretty much gonna go for the solo risk, and it still doesn't work. Now the question is, what kind of a plan are we gonna see from the CT side this time around? Because of course you have to fight for middle control. For Permitta to get that much access to their site, it's not gonna be good for your game plan.
Well, they will be limited for sure. 4C save that AWP, but Permitta, they're getting comfortable on the T side. And speaking or looking at the veto, we got Mirage, Nuke, Overpass, which are the maps that we're seeing these two teams play a lot. Mirage, Nuke, and Overpass last time. We saw Mirage and Permitta 113-7. Their CT side is always really strong, so already having a good start here on the T side. Even if it's 6-6, Permitta should be able to win Mirage on the CT side. In my opinion, at least.
I'm gonna trust you on this one. I'm actually gonna hold you onto it as well.
Alright.
We have seen so many map conversions from every Premier team, just winning each other's maps seems to be the way here. It's been getting a little bit more. Oh, that's gonna be a nice entry. Just drilling Blitz to the smoke. Again, that's going to be an entry pretty much for free for the side of Permitta. And they still have the weaponry. And then on top of the player is going to be pushing out Forcy from that spot. And still, I'm just waiting for some op action. But the problem is, of course, with this much map control lost, it's almost impossible to even actually spot any action at this point. Yeah,
Forcy hasn't been at the right side where Permitta were hitting, but here's MBQ. The first kill is easy. Veggie, he was low HP, but it's a headshot nonetheless. And now Mass is going to apply pressure from the apartments. That smoke on short though is so good. MBQ is stalling and he is calling for rotations, and they have revived. It's Kriaz and Forcy eventually, and Morris has spotted Kriaz going out of kitchen. Morel's looking for the frag on the player on short. He gets a headshot on MBQ, but Kriaz on the defense, only one frag found. Binox takes him down, and now Forcy, time to shine. There's no smoke on kitchen short. Detour is going to eliminate Morel's defuse kit available here, and two incendiaries for the CT side. It's Mass and Binox versus Detour and Forcy. The boost on side, this might catch the CTs off guard, but look at Detour, the timing works in his favor. Still, now Mass, he has information about both players, one coming from short and the other from kitchen. The smoke is going to fade soon enough. And the incendiaries have created the space, and Mass is patiently waiting. And here it is. 4C will be Detour to catch Mass. Not looking, and ECLOT. A really good retake here. 2 versus 3. It's them to tie the score.
Oh, I did see the game plan for Mask. The idea was to surprise the enemy from that spot. You don't usually actually see a player be boosted on top of the box after a plant, but of course they check it. That's going to be an easy round for them, and actually a needed round as well. If that was going to be pretty much a 3-round straight for the side of Permitta, that pretty much gives them the half already. But ECLOT managing to win a very important round here, and I'm still just waiting for some op action.
Well, now we got an op on the T side too, so soon we will see some shots from the big green.
The op, the boss. What do you guys actually call that weapon on your teams?
Ooh,
the main boss? The green?
Maybe.
The hawk?
Big green, the hawk.
The barrel?
Big barrel? I don't know, man.
Whatever you want to go with. Okay.
Give me
well,
a WP, man. But I troll.
Drop me up. Okay. Well, at least the mid smoke's coming in, and also the middle control has been lost just ages ago again. And it seems at the moment, ECLOT are pretty much basing this into a game plan. Just give me mid control for the enemy team, and let's just play from defensive spots. But Permitta trying to push in towards that A side. They have 4 players in it already, and okay, before the smoke actually blooms off, that's going to be Morales to get a shot through it. And already the first kill of the round goes for the side of the CTs, and the control is still with them. They have pit control, so when Permitta is going to go for that execution, they kind of have to actually clear both ways now. That's going to be a little bit more interesting.
Utility available for the Permitta side. This split on A, it can work out. But the question is, do they want to be silent about it and just contact, or do they want to go out blasting? Smoke on ramp. Phoenox with a Molotov. That is going to flush out one player, but look at MBQ. He gets a kill on Phoenox. Veggie with a trade on Blitz. With too much damage already done, Veggie finds a second. There's another player on ramp, and I think they know. And Dieter is going to frag Veggie, leaving Marv with 41 HP. Best case scenario, a bomb plant, but it doesn't even happen for C. Just like he started the round, he finishes it with that AWP kill on Mari.
Well, that was a round.
Yeah. I mean, these teams, we expected it to be close. They're going neck and neck. We've seen 2-2, 3-3, 4-4 now. Is it going to be another tie? The economy of Permitta isn't looking as great, but they're going to try.
Yeah, and this is pretty much what I'm... this is pretty much what I was hoping from a match like this. Straight off the bat, swapping rounds again and again and again. Even actually getting into these weird buys that they have. 1 AK, 4 Tech 9s, and especially we have seen some insane rounds on Ancient. The question is, can we actually get a replication here on Mirage? Already the execution's coming in, so A-side has been pretty much lost. But this is pretty much according to the plan of ECLOT. Already taking care of Mirage, but that's going to be Veggie with that AK. Through the smoke, he's going to get 1-on-1 exactly. Tapped to the face. And the bomb has been planted. Now the question is ECLOT. With that only 1 kill, do they want to even go for the retake at this point? Or do they want to save those weapons for a next round? Looking at the economy, saving those weapons could be the best option. And Permitta, they definitely want to chase them at this point.
Yeah, and we only had 1 AK and 4 Tech 9s, and we finally see the change of pace. We talked about this earlier. ECLOT, yes, you love playing heavy mid, but it might backfire if Permitta do an early hit. And we just saw it. The only defender was a player under stairs, and that got shut down pretty quickly. And Permitta tied the score.
Yeah, I have to say, since these new pistols got implemented to CS like a while back ago, I think something that Valve didn't really take into consideration was the speed, the movement of those weapons. The explosions that you can actually go through for an A-side push, for example, just to jump out of a balcony. For an M4 to try to shut you down, that's going to be nearly impossible. Those Tech 9s, they have been a menace. And just pistols in general, you can actually go for some pretty simple executions. They might catch some CTs off guard. And ECLOT, they were kind of waiting for that round. They didn't really have anybody on the site.
Well, I just got flashbacks of Fnatic pushing on short versus NIP on Dust 2.
Cobblestone.
Not Tech 9.
From a mile away, 2 taps to the face. Yeah, that's some good times.
But still, it does take skill to master the Tech.
If you want to call it that, yeah, of course, yeah.
The money is good here for ECLOT, they say, through weapons. And now, this is going to be a very important round for both sides, but more so for ECLOT because their money is not the best.
I was kind of waiting for a Monacy nade, but we're not going to see any of those.
Oh,
nice pick. Ladder room, Veggie with a lot of control, and this is exactly what I was talking about. The more control you give them, the more they can actually go for peaks like those. Meanwhile, from the backside, that's going to be Krauts just pretty much taking B-side for himself. Already a rotation coming in, as they know they have a player close to short. But it seems like Permitta, they're not going to go for the B execution. To be honest, even the bomb hasn't really been committed to anywhere. And it seems to be rotating more towards the middle side here. So A-side seems to be the point, but it's NBQ. With that M4, he could actually turn this round around now.
Only one player coming on ramp. Bomb being planted by Mash, but MBQ is not going to peek. MBQ kill found on Binox, looking for the second. He spotted Mash. He's alone on side. He needs to be careful. A dame from MBQ, but not a frag. Mash is going to take him down, and that's the round over. ECLOT, you have to save these weapons.
It seems like every time I build a player up, he just pretty much flops. So maybe in the future, I'm just not gonna call it out. Let's see if it works.
Yeah, you can try that.
Again, well, we have pretty much seen them save almost every round now, so it's always been either two AKs and some kind of random or combination. This time it's just gonna be that AWP and an AK, and of course they have to play around them. The problem is that the economy, well, with the loss bonus, the problem is that they have lost in one round, so the loss bonus is not gonna be at the max yet. But it should be enough for them to buy something. Give me a second. Yeah, we already see a drop M4. Yeah. Maybe an MP9 combo with some utility. Exactly.
It's a decent buy still.
Yeah, but the problem is that we haven't really seen that many movements from the side of ECLOT here at the start, especially from middle. We need to see something from middle. And that's exactly what I was talking about. I wanted to see 4C challenging that mid just a bit more, and it seems like this time around we're going to see that.
Permitta, they've seen this before. That's why they play so passively. Flashes coming out. There will be Morels again, trying to get these multi-kills, and he's been very successful so far. Here's Mass kill found on Kriaz, and Morels is eventually going to swing. Spots a couple of players. It's begging to come out from Catwalk and get the first frag on MBQ, chasing for the second. It's Forcey to somehow make it away. But it's a 5 versus 3 here for Permitta and Forcey. Do you peek before the smoke blooms? Yeah, but doesn't spot anybody close.
If that shot actually hit, we'd have a Reddit thread today.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Veggie pretty much with... Oh, wait a minute. The actual finds a nice kill, but the problem is that the exact same moment that I said that, Veggie is pretty much just going to drop Forcey down. And yeah, this is one of those games where Permitta is just playing a little bit better. We've literally seen no impact from that op so far. And the issue is that Permitta, they're just in those crannies every time. Those little holes that they actually find their way into. Especially from middle. The problem is that they just can't shut them down. I think that's the 4th time that they've tried. And it just doesn't work out.
Yeah. And you can see how important the pistol round was for Permitta. Because if they didn't win that one, ECLOT, they play good on the gun rounds, but dropping that one round versus the AK and the 4 Tech 9s, that had massive impact on the outcome of this first half, where we see Permitta leading with 2 rounds.
Yeah. Could be the other way around, or even a tie.
Yeah, most likely the other way around if you win that one.
But it is what it is. So we're gonna see Permitta on the CT side. Now the question is, can they actually win a CT? Well, can they actually win the second pistol?
I wouldn't be too worried, even if they lost a pistol. Like I mentioned, their CT side. Maybe I'm jinxing it, but their CT side. On Mirage has been really powerful. I've had the opportunity to watch them on other events as well on Mirage, and it doesn't matter how much the first half score is. It can be a tie 6-6, but on the second one, they're just a different animal.
Okay. That's what I'm pretty much waiting from ECLOT as well. For them to actually, as they were going to get into those decision spots at the moment, they can actually pretty much dictate how they want to go around the rounds now. What kind of a T-side are we going to get from the red logo? And it seems like it's just going to be a standard matchmaking B-side push. Rush B. Rush
Classic.
B.
Love it.
Oh no, we're going to see some diversion here. Oh, this is going to be a fake.
Yeah, showing the bomb a little bit. Getting a dink on Mari, but not committing. But it seems like Permitta got the memo.
It's going to be the slippery slope.
Ooh.
Oh, a few bullets actually grazing the player, but finally Morels is going to land the shot, one to the face. Meanwhile, from Connector, NBQ does payback, give a little bit payback for his teammate, but it's going to be Morels again, just pretty much to run him down with that USB. It gets a little bit sloppy. Forcey does get the trade, so it's still a 3 versus 3, but just look at the damage. Mary, 1 bullet tappable at the moment, but the problem is Binox. He's sharp. 1 tap to the face again, and the bomb has been pretty much lost into the open land.
Binox looking for another fight here, has to stay alive. Mari and Veggie are eventually going to arrive. ECLOT, that bomb plan needs to happen very quick. Detour and Kriaz looking to fight on CT maybe? No, Detour spots another player here. Staying on Robs, he's got the USP and he's got the Kevlar. Kriaz is going to assist him and they will try to take this fight on CT. Beanox in the corner and ECLOT, no. Detour is going to find Beanox, taking damage here. Mari, 15 HP as well. And Veggie and Mari are both going to get frags, and Permitta do win the pistol round.
That happened quick.
Yeah.
Usually what makes me laugh is that you can hear the shots from the USPs, and it's like the 12th bullet that hits him in the face, so... But it doesn't matter. Look at that spot. One of those situations where you get that kill just a little bit quicker. Maybe you get to hide, maybe you don't, but it doesn't really matter. As long as you win the round, that's going to be important. Permitta wins both of the pistols here at the first map, so... There's no excuses at this point. They have all that they need to win this map at this point, so if they don't, it's totally up to them. ECLOT, they still have a chance. It's not done yet, so, especially with the Galil buy, with the plan from previous round. The only thing that I'm worried about is just the wall of smokes that they're going to have. What are they going to use for? 3 of them. It seems like a perfect execution for A side, or if they want to smoke out middle, try to take on control. But they're going to need Permitta to try to inch for some information here. Just a raw peek with a Galil is not going to be fun.
And as you can see, Permitta, they are ready. They have 5 rifles, no MP9s, no funny business. They know that this is a force buy, and they're being careful. They are going to give up mid.
To be honest, which one of the sides have a better buy at this point?
Okay.
Well, that's the answer. That's going to be Blitz.
Right. Kill found on Veggie. We have 3 defenders on this A side, though. Bob is so far away from ECLOT, but still they're trying to see if they can find anything on A. 4C on ramp. We got Detour in Palace, and he got spotted. Morels couldn't finish that kill. It will be Beanox to get the trade on 4C, and Blitz is in trouble, going out on his own. He will fall to mass, and just like that, the advantage is gone.
Oh, B side is open.
Good news.
That is going to be MBQ already pushing inside B side. He already has the information. They were there prematurely. So that's going to be 20 seconds on a clock at this point, that the bomb has been already rotated over there. The problem is the cross. They have no idea that there's a player towards the forest at the moment. So he could actually launch in here and do some damage.
Nade.
That nade is going to take care of the planter, which brings it back to a 2. And MBQ finally steps in, but it's just 5 seconds on the clock. Even with those kills, the problem is the time. Oh my god, it gets very close, but it just isn't enough.
Bro, you gotta feel bad. MBQ did such a good job to get that multi-kill, and you can't really blame Kriaz there because he doesn't know if he will get pushed or not. And it just runs out. That nade from Mari is so big because it creates a lot of chaos in the ECLOT side to have 7 seconds figure out the bomb, plant it, and where the enemies are and all that.
Yeah, definitely that 300 was worth it.
Yeah.
A direct win to a round. And of course, and Blitz starting off the round with a nice double tap to the face. So it wasn't like they didn't have a chance on that round. The problem is that the first push towards the A side was just a little bit too sloppy. And like I said, it's not going to be fun to try to enter with some just barely Galils. But it was a little bit questionable which side actually had the better buy for a second. Meanwhile, this buy that they have, they're going to force up again. And already with the first portion off the A side, even spawning off Beanox, it's going to be a little bit sloppy, but he does get the kill. If it gets dinged through the smoke, barely gets away.
How the hell is he alive? Blitz is looking for the frag with a Mac 10. But now it's a 5 versus 4 retake here. We have the M4s, we have the Mac 10. And Blitz, he needs to fight on CT. There is a flank coming from Morels and Permitta, or ECLOT rather. They know that they have to fight for something. Morels takes down Kriaz. Morels is going to find a second. It's MBQ and 4C to make a miracle out of it, but bomb is not planted for them. And look at this, MBQ is going to take down Mar, but Morels finds another. The wraparound from 4C, tap on that bomb, he gets a headshot on Beanox, and time is running out here. Thankfully, you have a defuse hit on Morels, smoking that bomb and going for the defuse. It's Mass on Guardian duty, and it will not be a problem, but still, a really nice try here from ECLOT, making the best out of the worst situation.
Oh my god. Even with those pretty much scrappy buys that they have, that's exactly the pressure that I was talking about. You can just pretty much sacrifice a Tech 9 to run into a CT spot like that.
Yeah.
And just think about that round. If they get that kill, towards the ticket without him actually getting anybody back, that's just pretty much the end of the round right there. Permitta, well, they make it a 10th, so at least they have, well, the best possible spot to close this down, but we're gonna see a few buys before that. And I'm still just wondering, are we gonna see any action from Forsey? Not really blaming him. The problem is it's been a little bit unfortunate, but I'm just waiting for that off action.
Let's see it. Fight on
look
mid.
at that placement.
Oh, nice flash. It's a 2-for-2 though, but look at Morals. Oh no. Ooh. Nice trade.
That's what I was waiting for. A quick conversion. And a 2 versus 2. At the moment, they do have a little bit more space to play around with, but the problem is Binox. Even if he's low, if he hears a step, a little bit of a mistake, or even gets some information, especially from the placement where his teammates at, but already showing himself towards the middle is not going to be the right option, and Forsey, off the basis of that information, goes for the pick and drops him, makes it a 1-mast. He's still a viable player, so the round is not over. But they have to take that bomb towards either of the sides and make this an after-blind situation. Now the question is, if they go for short, they might lose a player now.
Mast, the highest rated player on the event, 1.30. In the 1 versus 2, he has been a bit quiet on Mirage, and that's a missed shot. It was a really good opportunity, and he's going to gamble it towards B. He has the right read here. And look at Mast, look at ECLOT. They are in so much trouble because they can't go back. Time will run out. And here it is, another missed shot from Mast, and bomb is going to rotate towards A. Oh boy, Mast doesn't know about Kriaz. Well, he has the right idea that somebody might still be in here, but scoped in, he will not have the vision, and Kriaz, it's a free frag. Mast, he made the right decisions, but his shots are missing.
I was about to say, that's one of those situations where you make literally every single right decision, but the problem is that you miss every single shot as well. So, a well-said information that even if you have the best tactics, it doesn't matter. If you don't land the shots, it just doesn't do much. So it's going to be a tactical pause from the side of Permitta. And to be honest, I actually like to see this at the start. So before it's either a tight situation or a round away, the two would like to talk about what's been going on and where have they actually lost those first entries. So if they can actually fix something, as soon as they fix it, it gives them a little bit of a longer buffer to get into a map point. But it's still 2 rounds away, and if ECLOT, they manage to turn this around, there's definitely a possibility for them to at least bring this to a tie now.
Yeah, because that money for Permitta is not looking good. With the force buy, they have MP9s and upgraded pistols. You win this, it's 7, and it's automatically 8 because you have Permitta on a full eco. So at least you get some momentum, you build some confidence and some cash.
Oh yeah.
Let's see it. We've seen Permitta do more with less.
More with less. That's a good way of saying it. But the problem is that it was also on the T side. And the question is, can they actually replicate that on the CT side? Of course, from the previous games, we have seen some great rounds. That's going to be the Molotov on top of the balcony to push down Binox. So the read is good. There was a player close to that angle. Meanwhile, there is a little bit of a stack, and the site that they're choosing is just pretty much going to be a full stack blitz. Goes through the smoke, gets the kill, and it seems like it's starting to work out for Mast. Gets just a little bit diabolical, gets those 2 shots to the face, but it's just going to be a quick mop-up from the side of ECLOT. And to be honest, at this point, Veggie, it doesn't really even need to move. Just stick it to the B side, save whatever you have, hopes and dreams maybe, that 5-7. If it helps you sleep at night. And ECLOT, well, they're going to make it a 7. Now the question is, Permitta, of course, this was a buy round. They did have a stack, but the utility usage from the side of the T's were pretty much on point. So they're not going to be pretty much hitting themselves over this. What I'm interested is that when we're going to see those guns, what kind of a difference are we going to see on that round?
Well, we will wait and see. But Permitta, still having 4 players on that A side and getting executed on, and it's just mass finding kills. It's not what I expected. But like you mentioned, a good cleanup from ECLOT, good utility usage, and now they will get closer. Veg is saving the 5-7. It will not mean much here. And ECLOT, they're not really interested to hunt. They want to build their own economy. Because things are getting interesting here on map number 1 of the grand finale.
Yeah. I'm just trying to mentally piece together what the possibilities for these 3 rounds before we get a tie, if it's going to be a tie. Because there's starting to be a little bit of a pattern here, especially with the saves at the moment. As if Permitta definitely should be saving this round, they're going to have a nice buy for the next one. So that's going to be pretty much a round for the side of ECLOT, so that brings them to an 8. But the question is, if they could actually shut down that buy round after that, that's going to be a little bit of a problem now. But it's still not over. A nice combo.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Everything's red. Yeah. Well, it's going to be the Zeus. Are we going to get the noise? Ah!
Hopefully.
Seems like not. Yeah, it's just going to be a stack towards the B side. So, even after the control, it seems like they're just pretty much going to go for the contact. Forcey is pretty much winning. If any of the CTs desires to go for an information play, masked from the lower side, even with the Zeus that he has, well, it's not going to be useful from these distances, and Detour does win the first fight. This is going to be a full push towards the B side, and that is pretty much going to leave Veggie alone with that 5-7. So, if you can actually get a kill, of course not. And BQ shuts him down quickly. Meanwhile, towards the short, there's a little bit of a questionable spot. Morals that's going to drop on towards Krez. Picks up that AK, and that could be a save on itself. And it's still masked, trying to hunt for that op. You have to be very careful, Forcey, not to lose it. As close as that tick is coming, Forcey, he does have to save from the apps and the push coming in. Oh, the perfect timing. Mask does get the headshot. That's going to be the steal. And the op has been brought for the CT side for the next round. That's going to be exactly what they were hoping for. To be honest, if they could have picked up that AK-2, that could have been the best possible solution.
Nice shot.
He gets a kill. Nice.
Okay, Massive got the up. Probably he drops an M4 here so they can have more utility, because 3 of the 5 players of Permitta have around 4.4k, which is not enough to buy an M4 and full util. But ECLOT, they get to 8. They do lose a lot of players here, considering Permitta had only that 5-7 saved and Veggie didn't find anything with it. But either way, 10 to 8, things are getting interesting here. Round number 19, we got a full buy for both sides, and ECLOT are looking to firstly tie the score and of course win Mirage, which has been quite a challenge for them.
Yeah, it has to feel interesting when somebody literally steals an op from your hands, but with a USP as well, and you holding an angle. But it's one of those situations, pretty much just sleeping on a wheel. So, as for a new round it goes, it's just got to be a full buy from both sides, and we still haven't really seen any head-to-heads with the ops yet, but it's one of those situations. Both of the sides pretty much just trying to bait off the clock at this point, waiting for the other team's mistakes. It seems like a little bit of a probing from the B side. Brings Forcey back towards that bomb. Now the question is, ECLOT with a minute left on the board.
Oh boy.
What could be the boost is gonna be perfect. Veggie does get the kill, but the problem is Blitz. Turns around 180, gets that headshot, but Binox meanwhile drops Detour, which brings it to a one-man advantage, and Permitta in a very good spot at the moment to turn this into a round, especially when the bomb is starting to hold. It's been halted towards the A site, and especially with that apps push. And it's gonna be Binox, as long as he's ready. Oh god, both of the sides kind of flopping that situation. That's gonna be the overhand smoke. 35 seconds left on the board, and he's still behind the pillars here. He could definitely push that out of the side. This is not gonna be good, but the problem is NBQ does get the headshot, and that leaves A side open for a push now.
Still, that was very valuable information by Binox, spotting 2 players in Palace, including the bomb. Now Morels on Shadow, and Max has arrived on CT. ECLOT, 15 seconds, you have to go on A. And Morels, here's Max, kill on NBQ. Morels takes on Blitz, and 4C Permitta, round number 11. Binox, even though he only got 1 kill, he had so much impact on that round.
A triple from the man, just making it a hat-trick. And a play like that is pretty much just needed. And Permitta, of course, that we were talking about the team's gameplay. We already saw this on the T side, but just the individual performance sometimes. It doesn't matter if one of your teammates flops, you always have Morels.
He's been a monster on that first half. And on the CT side too. He's been a bit more quiet to his standards, but still, he's there, delivering.
Just waiting for that one spot. Alright, well that's going to be a little bit of a shaking round for the side of ECLOT. Permitta on their 11th. And one of those situations where pretty much you do all you can, but it's just got to be that individual performance to shut you down. Well, it seems to be finally some kind of just a quick strat. 30 seconds being played off the clock. Tech9 just pretty much rushing out of the apps when those utilities start to launch in. And this is going to be an A-side hit.
Here's Mass with the op holding from CT, and he's not alone on this defense. Morals and Binas are with him. That frag grenade deals good damage. Mass is not going to miss this time. First skill found. Where are the flashes here from ECLOT? Mass is going to find another one as easy as he would like. A third from Mass to shut down ECLOT on the A hit. And that leaves just forcing, but now prolonged quad kill from Mass. Permitta get to map point.
A tap to the face from the op. That wakes you up.
Yeah.
Look at this. Snap of the wrist.
This was
I
so
don't think
easy
my
for
bones
him.
can do that anymore. Yeah.
And ECLOT, I don't know, they had flashes, but the timing on the push was not the best. It was real sloppy here, and of course, Mass is not going to allow that. And not just Mass, reverse the sides, and if it's Forcey on that CT side, yeah, he will get the kills too.
That is some beautiful gameplay. Yeah. And the problem is that sometimes you just have a play. Wait a minute, from middle at the moment, Kratz is just taking the round to his own hands. Giving Permitta already that map point, but
Nice
that nade is going to be pretty much dropping blitz. So the numbers are playing for the side of Permitta again. And this is just pretty much a shooting gallery again. That op. Finally, we're going to get some action from it.
And Matt was really quiet on the first half, on the second one too, but now he's waking up, and here it is. Murray with a secondary sniper gets a frag on Detour, and it's all down to Forcey to keep ECLOT alive on Mirage with that Desert Eagle. He's got a smoke and a flash to work with, and he will give his best shot. Bomb on his back, and 60 seconds to play with.
And just with a Deagle, could be the clutch of the history pretty much, or even the century. 50 seconds being left, and the more time he plays off that clock, the less it's going to leave him with options. Now the question is, can he actually grab a rifle from anywhere? There might be a CT body down in towards the middle that could give him an M4 at least for the first pick, and that's going to be the ticket. Of course, Mary is not going to give him the opportunity, and this is going to be a bit well played last round for the Permitta. Knowing that there's still a player around, doesn't matter. Even if they have the numbers advantage, just make him plant the bomb.
Yeah.
That is going to give them the information and pretty much everything they need to take this down now.
Of course, the question is he going to use the smoke? Yes, he is. Tap on that, and Mori is going to get close, holding with that up. No miss shot. And 5 seconds left. Even if you get the skill, there's not enough time for Forcey. So it's done. Permitta are going to win Mirage 13-8, leading with a map on the grand finals now. Well played. Morals played really well on that T side. And speaking of the CT, he was there too. But one thing that really confirmed that W for Permitta was the revival of Mass. We saw that 1 versus 2 from window where he peaks. He misses a shot. He makes the right call to go towards B. He peeks again, and he misses a shot again. He had 6 kills at that point, but he finished strong. He finished with 16 or 18 kills, if I'm not mistaken. So having Mass come alive, having Morals be very consistent throughout the event, not just this first map, it really makes Permitta the better team.
Yeah, and I have to say on the T side as well, Permitta just pretty much given the control to do whatever they want. Of course, winning the pistol rounds on top of that, that is going to help you out to win the first match. But what I'm thinking about at the moment is that, of course, Mirage is Permitta's own map pick, as we're going to be hopping into Nuke. Permitta is not a bad team on Nuke either. That's the question is this a possible 2-0? Of course, ECLOT, it's their own map pick. Maybe we're even going to get a third one? What do you think?
Well, looking at the history, both of these teams, whoever won, they won 2-0. So it's safe to say that ECLOT are in danger, but I am expecting a third map. It's the grand final. We expect a third one, but I'm excited to see what ECLOT are going to bring to the table on Nuke. We are going to be taking a short break, and then we will come back with a second map of the finals.
That's a silo.
Welcome back, everybody, to the grand final of the European Pro League 2nd Division Season 10. We saw Mirage, we saw the CD side that we were talking about for Permitta, and he looked really good. But now, let's take a look at Nuke. Donut, what are your thoughts?
Well, the pistol round is gonna be something that we pretty much need here at the start. So Permitta, I was actually thinking about it. What do they need to start this off with a 2-0? It's gonna be the pistol. That's gonna be the Veggie with the first kill already. And he drops to the floor. The duel is on top of the hut. Getting into the action. The Tor gets to trade. Veggie with 2 already. Looking very good here on the defense. Getting 3 kills off the bat on top of the catwalk. Already Kratz taking him down and bringing it to a 1 versus 1. Mary off the vents. Makes a little bit noise and Kratz. He just steals the round away.
Oh my god.
And for a second, that was an explosion. Everything happening in pretty much inside of 20 seconds.
Yeah, and Veggie got a triple kill and all of that mess, but Kriaz with a clutch, 1 versus 3. Got the first, got the second, but the last one, that was like a slap, a nasty slap. The one tap just coming out of hut and going back inside again. Well,
yeah.
ECLOT, they win pistol. That's a good start.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Like, of course you have chances after this one, but usually with that good start, you feel a little bit comfortable. You want to go for the risks, but this time around, it doesn't seem like Permitta. They're pretty much not even batting a lash at this point. They're just going directly for the buy, or else with a full M4, even a 5-7 coming out to play a Mary with a ridiculously good spot with that 5-7 does drop 4C. So it's a 1-to-1 trade. And still a little bit of round to be played. Veggie behind that double door. If Detour opened it up, that could have been an easy kill for him. But finally the bomb going down, challenging the player close to the ramp. And the door finally opens up.
We have this M4 on Morels. That got dropped from Veggie, but that smoke is going to block off both players. Master with a USP gets the kill on Blitz, and Veggie has used that smoke to his advantage. And MBQ is in Ninja, is in Dark. And Veggie, how does he isolate this duel? He cannot. Detour is going to take him down. Detour is also going to remove the M4. Mass has come with that AK. He's found 3 so far, and it's just 1 player, MBQ, and he got spotted. And Binox takes him down, and there's enough time for the defuse. Permitta seals the round.
Exactly the risks that we were talking about, and it's working for the side of Permitta. For them to turn this around, especially collecting those weapons, oh, it's going to be an injection to the economy. And now, of course, we're going to see a force buy from the side of ECLOT. They're not going to let this go down easily.
Yeah, but that's got to hurt.
Oh,
Mass.
But it's a tough pill to swallow. Yeah, I do understand.
Yeah.
Just a slap to the face, especially from that first line of 5-7s coming into action. Oh god, that's a powerful weapon, especially on a map like this. We might actually see different buys. That's what makes Nuke a little bit, especially the new modern Nuke, a little bit interesting. Is that you're starting to see the shotgun wearables, MP9s, and they're actually a good buy on a map like this.
Yeah. Let's see if we can see any shotgun action. That's okay. Someone missed their smoke.
Well, he just pretty much
like,
came to say hi.
Yeah, where's the smoke? And that's a huge blunder, actually, because on this, force buy, you're counting to get that secret space. And
especially with all the utility being used. They just pretty much have 2 smokes and a Molotov left. You can do something with it, but the problem is what? No utilities, no flashes.
Unbelievable.
Well, it's going to be pretty much based on those first duels. That's going to be a Galil pretty much on the start of the table. Mac 10 and even... Well, actually 2 Mac 10s and 2 Tech 9s, so they could pretty much barge in, give a little bit space for 4C. But we all know pretty much how that's going to turn around. At the moment, Permitta is just pretty much waiting for those rushes to come in, especially without any flashes to cover it up. But it's going to be... Still, it seems like they are stacking in for an A-side push, but it's just too far away still.
Yeah, and the response from Permitta is good too, smoking that single door constantly. Spraying through, MBQ brought down to 44 HP. It's making it harder. And Veggie on this position, it's really powerful.
I was about to say that they still have the opportunity to go for the outside fake, for the secret push, but I think they're just going to use that utility for the vent. Oh, well, that's exactly what's happening at the moment. Vent time coming in, but the problem is Kratz. He gets actually stuck on the door. MBQ goes next, and he gets just annihilated by that MP9. But I think the bomb did manage to get his way down to the lower side. Blitz gets a kill, even the second one, but this is just pretty much a swan song of a round. They wanted to win this one. This was not a buy just to get that plant on the floor.
Yeah.
The idea was to win this round.
But Veggie had other plans. 3 kills from him, and ECLOT another miss and grenade. If you notice, the Molotov was supposed to go on top hut to remove Veggie, and that Molly missed terribly, which means Veggie got a double kill. So ECLOT, it's their map pick, and they're missing the outside smoke, missing the Molly on top hut where Veggie got 2 frags. You're in the grand final. This is not going to be acceptable.
Yeah, I have to say that it's getting a little bit sloppy at the moment, but from the set of Permitta, at least we have something good to say, is that the picks that they're going for, the risk that they're going for is working out for them pretty well.
Yeah.
And also something I wanted to state was that every time somebody says Veggie, for some reason, episode of Dragon Ball Z pretty much flashes in front of my brain. Alright. Well, that's just gonna be a lot of 50 cal spam outside the smoke mast. Behind the stairs here, it's just waiting for those taps. No smokes to cover it up, so you can actually beat a forest off dust at this point. Let's see how many kills are we potentially gonna get. Those deagles from the long ranges are gonna be scary though, but Mask already tapped in the first head. And it's just a single bullet from this distance without any head armor is going to be enough. Blitz is the only one who's actually covered at this point, and BQ. Gets a little bit split. Wait a minute, Mary. Oh, that gets a little bit scary.
Yeah, they're under control the whole time, just playing with that sound cue. The Eagles from the ECLOT, and that's
that's exactly what we're talking about.
Okay, you got more of that. Ooh, Beanox.
Okay.
Wallbang damage. Nothing too serious though.
That is a scary weapon in a way. It's very cheap in its own right. And it has that potential. There has been actually people talking about the fact that maybe the Deagle should be nerfed in a way that it doesn't actually drop a player from long range with a single tap.
Nah.
I'm not entirely sure where I land because, I do understand like the argument that, oh, the M4 doesn't kill in the first bullet, but then there's the problem that, well, in real life, that's a 50 cal bullet hitting you in the face. It hurts. And if you actually manage to hit a shot like that, you deserve it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of skill because we don't see Deagle highlights every day. They come out very rarely from players like Nuke and, you know, super stars.
Yeah. To be honest, it's been a while that we've seen like a 1 versus 5 Deagle shot, so I think
no
like
nerf needed.
Yeah. It's working. Okay, well, Kratz pretty much behind the smoke here, and behind the main as well. Already a little bit of sound control. The question is, at the moment, ECLOT, they have pushed into these situations, but they don't seem to be stretching out from here. They're not pretty much doing anything else except burning time at this point. I'm not sure if they're waiting for Permitta to make a mistake, but they haven't really made any so far. Oh no. Oh, for a second.
Oh,
well, that's a mistake.
Yeah. 5 versus 4 here for ECLOT. MBQ takes down Morels. Now you've got some outside control. You have Kriaz in secret. He can play with that. He can lurk. Beanox, an off angle being held on inside hut. As ECLOT are slowly repositioning towards lobby. Permitta have a chance to fight here because Veggie, his legs got spotted by the player above lobby. I don't know, but we will see soon. Blitz. Veggie, the pressure is on his shoulders here. Time is running out, and Kriaz is applying pressure. He gets a frag on Matt. That's a big kill to find, and MBQ is going to take down Veggie. A-side in the hands of Beanox. He's good for the first frag. More players coming his way. Incendiary is good, but the wall bang. It will be Detour to take down Beanox, and that's A-side open, and Mari with that MP9. Only 1 kill found. ECLOT win round number 2.
For a second, I was kind of benching on that Molotov to play a little bit more time. Of course, you wanted to go for the second kill, but the problem is that we're ready for it, so...
Yeah.
Finally, ECLOT with a kill, and to be honest, I have to say that they navigated through the lobby very well, understanding that Veggie close onto the squeaky lobby there. Opening up those tools, even a kill towards the secret was a very well-placed shot, so... ECLOT, it definitely isn't the fact that they're sleeping on a wheel at the moment. At the moment, they just have to do a little bit more thinking work, in a sense. I'm kicking the chair over here. Alright. This time around, the smoke's outside to actually get across. That's gonna be the standard nade to make sure that they're gonna get a little bit of information. But of course, finally, slowly but surely, that is going to be Kratz getting the lower side control. The problem is there a player in front of him? I think there is. Morels underneath, just pretty much waiting for him to push. And Mast is ready for the red push or even the secret stretch. Mary getting the information from ramp and actually even backing off from that spot. And this is going to give a little bit space for the outside area for Kretz to push now.
60 seconds for ECLOT.
Oh,
yeah, spots 2 players. Hello?
Is he sleeping? Hello?
Permitta, what doing? Well, okay, Mass will be the first to fall, and now MBQ, no smoking in here. He's just waiting with that AK. Morels for the MP9 is going to find Kriaz, but it cost him a lot of HP. And that A site in the hands of Veggie, who will get 1 frag. Blitz with a trade, and MBQ will slowly lurk and catch these rotations. This round is heavily favored towards ECLOT here. And Permitta might not even attempt the retake. Well, surely not after that shot from MBQ on Beanox. Nice nade from his teammate. Forcey is going to take down Mari, and that leaves just Morels, and they knew that he was an outside towards Garage.
Nice nade for him, teammate.
Yeah.
Just getting blown up almost.
Yep.
Oh, God. To think about the fact that it actually gets a little bit close with those 2 kills, but at the end of the day, it was almost a double kill from outside for free. I'm not entirely sure what the call out there was, because just by spotting out the ramp push, you shouldn't be giving the whole outside area away, especially knowing that there was a smoke line outside. Permitta, it seems like with the pretty simple information that they're getting, they're making a lot of risky moves at the moment, which is good in a way of keeping the enemies on their toes, but the problem is it can actually lead into situations like those. So maybe they want to just dial it down just a little bit.
Well,
look at
that's
this.
a big
This is
blunder.
exactly what we're talking about. Yeah.
I guess the idea was Veggie holding outside from heaven, but that timing worked in favor of Kriaz, where Veggie was repositioning to watch A.
I'm not entirely sure what Morels was doing. Maybe he was admiring his new stickers. Like, oh, it's a fap. Yeah, it is what it is. You can actually insert 5 stickers now. Think about it.
Yeah, and those opportunities. Which I am not proud to say, because we've seen some very interesting things.
Yeah, it's just give it to the community to make some great variants. All right, so actually some people were talking about inserting gun bodies to the game. What do you think about that?
What?
Some emblems on the guns?
Nah, don't give Valve money to
monetizing, you know.
It's just that's from Valorant and Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Don't make it a thing on CS. We don't need it. We got the stickers, $6,000
It's just
sticker.
about time. I'm actually waiting for the time that we're gonna get like flash skins and bomb skins as well.
No.
We already have the opportunity to view them in a way. We're gonna get a USB shot, no. It's just pretty much a Dyson round.
Grenade skins, I really don't. But I think
a
it's
Pokemon
inevitable.
ball.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna. You can actually insert stickers into them too. So.
Oh no.
I'm waiting for that one.
Well.
Just wait for it.
We'll be waiting for that. At the same time, round number 8 on Nuke. ECLOT leading 4-3. The Permitta now have a full buy. No defuse kit though. Things can get dicey on the post plant. But things are so expensive on the CT side. You have to sacrifice sometimes. ECLOT. Outside smokes will be thrown eventually from Dutor, but we got Morels playing up close and personal. That Molotov has missed. I don't think it was intended to be here. Perfect flash. Kriaz not clearing it just yet, though. Eventually he will. And Morels has a better angle.
Wait a minute,
Kriaz doesn't check the left side completely. Blitz is searching for that kill, and he will find it. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but Morels, he has some info that no one should have crossed secret.
For a little while there, it seemed like he was actually preparing to go for that kill, but then he just forgot for some reason. I'm not entirely sure what happened. But Beanox, meanwhile, from the side gets the kill and a push coming in towards the trophy room. That's going to be Mary with the second one. Detour is the only one to get one in between. Veggie already drops down the side player. And, well, you don't need kids if they don't get the plant. Well, of course, I talked a little bit too soon, but it doesn't matter. From the main, that's going to be masked. The masked Zorro to backstab. And those 5.56 rounds are gonna hit you in the back of the throat, pretty much. A nice round for the side of Permitta. Losing a few weapons, so it's not gonna do. Well, it's not gonna be great for the economy, as they already had a hard time buying in. But it's gonna be a full buy this time around. ECLOT, they actually still have a chance to win a round here and throw them into a little bit of a saving loop.
Yeah. So Permitta need to be careful here. We got 2 AKs on the defense. ECLOT, we got the aggression from Morals once again. Man, he is relentless. And there's a lot of players coming his way. He has a really good angle. That smoke might just favor him a bit. The flash out high. Moyle dodges it. And here is Morals waiting for the perfect time, hiding in the smoke. 4C, two-head spotted. The Morals gets a big double kill. Detour with a quick trade, but a 2-for-1. Morals will take that any time of the day.
All right. A little bit of a sloppy outside take, but it doesn't matter. Mast still here in a great position, just pretty much waiting for anybody to come outside. Detour just get a kill onto Bnox just to bring it back to 3 versus 3. And it seems like they're going to go for a ramp push. Meanwhile, there is a push coming in from Mary at the same time. The question is NBQ ready for it? Oh, that crosshair placement. Just pretty much waiting for the peak. And already a player being dropped outside. Quick connection from Mast to win that fight. Almost gets dropped. But it gives them a little bit of a lifeline here. 45 seconds left on the clock, and it seems like the lower side has been already punched through. Now the 2 versus 2. How does Permitta want to navigate through this?
Okay, a player disconnected, but thankfully it's not one of the players who are alive in this 2 versus 2. We got a defuse kit on Veggie, but more importantly, that frag grenade can deal a lot of damage here. But he doesn't want to... Oh, planning in the open, not the best idea. Detour. Veggie, headshot found on NBQ, and now it's just Detour. 53 HP, he got spotted, getting tagged once again by Veggie. But nothing too serious here, and if he tries to make it back to that A side, look at who's waiting. Mass gets a free frag, and ECLOT, or Permitta, excuse me, get round number 4. 5.
Even if the frag comes from the upper side, I have to say that's Veggie's round every day, all day.
Yeah.
The way he pushed that hurt towards the upper side, just winning the first ride, you can see the panic in Dieter's eyes while he spots him. And that second frag, or the first frag from the ramp, I have to say that was clean as heck. Good round, and of course a beautiful time for an ECLOT to take a little bit of a timeout. It's not getting out of hand yet. They already have some of the T sides to already convert into a CT round, but of course they want to keep this up. They want to win more, and well, with the 4, I don't really feel comfortable going against Permitta. That's the problem. And of course now the HUD is finally going to reset to the right position. The question is, as they're going to go for the buy here, it is going to be a forced round. And it's still a situation for Permitta as they keep losing weapons. They still don't have enough of a cushion if they lose a round that they can actually buy in. So ECLOT, they can definitely still spin this into many rounds being won in the chain.
One thing I'm going to say, Nuke was always close between these 2 teams.
Alright, okay, so they have some history here.
Yeah, 13-10, 13-11 score lines, and let's see this one. Maru with the M4A1S, only 20 bullets, so only 1 frag. Kriaz with the trade, but there's a lot of damage being dealt by Mari. Blitz and Kriaz, 33 and 37, but NBQ with a lurk coming out of HUD. Guys, just rotate, A is clear.
Oh god, at the moment the question is how long does it take for them to actually realize that, look at this, the bomb is still towards the ramp, and I think they have a little bit of an inkling that there might be a push coming in from the lobby already, and it is going to be Veggie pretty much holding that spot. The winner of the previous round at the moment on control reacts to Kretz taking a peek from the trophy room, and that is going to be the bomb drop. They have the information, and still even Veggie in a very awkward spot, but NBQ opens up that piece of the puzzle. That's going to be a nick kill on top of it, and look at this Morels from heaven. He could do a lot of work from here.
Easy. Free kill found on NBQ. That leaves just 4C in the 1 versus 3 with that sniper on his hands, and he's got time to cook. But in a very difficult position here. How the hell are you going to clear the entire A side? Where are you going to look first? Morels from above shuts him down, and Permitta get round number 6. Again, Veggie with a huge multi-kill.
I have to say there has been some situations that ECLOT actually get into a very good spot, but the problem is it gets a little bit too chaotic for them.
Yeah.
Where Permitta, it seems like they pretty much thrive in chaos.
True. 6-4, extending the lead, breaking the economy here. ECLOT, this is getting a bit out of hand.
Yeah, so maybe that's a situation where ECLOT, they maybe have to go for a little bit of a quicker play here when they have that first line of control. Because that's pretty much what Permitta is banking in for. Oh, look at the push coming in. That's exactly what we're talking about, but the quick shutdown coming in from Veggie. And even with NBQ, wait a minute, what was the plan there? He gets the first kill, nobody else joins him.
Yeah. Or else? Breaking that smoke. Oh, they exchange places. Kriaz is in main and they have no idea, I think. ECLOT, they will surely get a bomb plan out of this, and this can get ugly pretty quick, but thankfully Mari's going to find Kriaz. That's a big frag to find. Deagle, P250, and Tech9 versus the 4 Permitta players who have a lot of utility defuse kits, rifles, snipers, everything.
Well, the plant already on the ground, and finally the last line of the defense coming in for that retake. Then it's going to be Becky. Does he go for the default drills? Of course, Forsey reads it, pops on top of the silo. Meanwhile, the push coming in from the door. That's going to be 3 players lining it down, and that Deagle, he has a lot of work to do. P250 finds the first kill. Morales gets the trade, but the op, without a scope being used, gets that kill and Blitz from the backside, makes it actually a round. It's done. Master's going to book it with that op, and ECLOT, maybe a little bit of chaos for their side is going to be around. He's not going to save the AK for the next round, but the question is, with the money that they have on the side of Permitta, they could actually go for, like I said, on Nuke, you can actually go for those MP9s and XMs. Now the question is, can they win a round with a buy like that? Well, look at the money. It's not gonna. This is not gonna look pretty.
3 versus 5
rifles.
with P250, a Tech9, and a Deagle, and they make 3 versus 4. So
okay,
make
still no shotguns.
I don't know, man.
I'm actually kind of waiting for an XM action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, already a little bit of a connection. This time around, he's not going to forget that angle. Dieter just finds the first kill. That's going to be masked with that off shot, and NBQ drops down Veggie. So at least the numbers here at the start go for ECLOT. Works out for them pretty well. Mass still has a little bit of a passive angle here. Here's the steps going down for the secret here. Now the question is, how does Permitta want to answer back into this round now? They actually have Binox here on the lower side. If anybody wants to go for the single door push, he's going to be pretty much the immovable object.
Binox holding a deep angle, and Kriaz is paying a lot of attention. The crosshair placement is just perfect. Kill found on Binox, and now Mari. Do you open the door? Do you try to fight by yourself? You kind of have to, but Kriaz shuts him down too, and now that leaves Mash. 1 versus 4. Op, Deagle, Diffuse, get the full set of grenades. Everything that he needs for this battle. But it's one difficult battle to have, and Detour will be the first to fall. That's an AK upgrade. And with that utility, he can actually make a round out of it. Forsey, ooh, that's a missed shot. That gives a chance for Mash here. And now he's got info for 1 player. Incendiary to flush out Forsey, but he will be MBQ to shut him down from behind. And ECLOT, they get 6 rounds on this first half, which was not looking possible.
Yeah, that is going to be a good round for them. A way to bring it back to a tie. And now that we're going to be swapping these sides, the question is, or pretty much the request is for a pistol round win here. I'm actually kind of wondering, because there has been some stats about the pistol rounds that pretty much converge into the half being won, which is kind of interesting. Now the question is it going to affect here? Permitta? What are we going to see from those Glocks? Meanwhile, ECLOT, they want to actually keep the CT straight at the start, directly from the start. Starting it off and thinking about a map number 3, which could be Overpass. The longest map on the pool at the moment. What do you think? Are we going to get like an A rush? Maybe a silo push towards the main? Ramp rush. The problem with the ramp rush is that you always lose a few players there.
I think we're going to see a P250 outside from Veggie, the smoke on main, and just try to work for kills.
Alright. Look at this. Long range duels. My P250 is inaccurate, so I'm not entirely sure what he's hoping for at the moment. Both behind a red. That's going to be the first line of contact. Kretz actually gets the information already, but they're not going to react to it. It's going to be a little bit of a slower push, but it is going to come through the smoke already. Kretz doing the job from the door. Dropping actually 2 players. That's going to be Blitz with 1, but the counter kills coming in from the side of Permitta to make this possible. Meanwhile, the defense coming in from main. Oh, that P250. It just doesn't work like that for me. Ever.
You gotta go more DM, man. Veggie, big triple kill. They're getting entrusted with a P250, and if I'm not mistaken, ECLOT, they got the first 2 kills. So it was a 3 versus 5, or a 4 versus 5 for sure. But Permitta make a round out of it.
What a play from
ECLOT
it, man.
with a force buy. Very possible after that pistol.
Okay.
Not gonna lie. Two MP9s, a lot of 5.7s here for ECLOT, and these 5.7s can always be dangerous. Kill found by Master and Beanox. The aggression from ECLOT is not working out so well right now. They're trying to crunch lobby, but not a single kill found. And Dieter will be next in line to fall. Kriaz finally a kill for ECLOT, but he needs much more than just one.
Alright. At the moment with the full ramp access, well, this is a ramp pretty much that ECLOT can't really fight for anymore. But they can actually get that kill from the hut. I think he's actually on the other side of that wall, but Kratz still just hunting for anything, just a sign of life for him to bring this back. And if they actually decide to go for the A side push, there's just a sliver of hope if he actually goes ballistic here. But from the heaven, that's going to be masked already with the ramp control. So much space and so much information. And Permitta, well, they're going to get their 8th round. And this is exactly what I was talking about. The problem is with the pistol. If you win the pistol round, especially with the low rounds that we have at the moment, especially on the both sides, it just gives you a cushion that you can actually start with that usually some of the teams just don't have. Of course, ECLOT, I think they won their first pistol round here as well.
Yeah.
So on the T side, yeah. So the question is, we did get a conversion pretty quickly on from Permitta. Now the question is, can ECLOT actually keep this up?
ECLOT losing with the force by there. It was a risky decision, but it's Permitta. They'll extend their lead, 8-6.
At the moment, the HUD is
to
just
make it
shifting all the time. It's confusing. Let's go, let's go.
Patience.
Yeah. Let's go, brother. All right. So, that is a 2-round lead for the side of Permitta, and this is exactly where it gets a little bit questionable, because they still don't have money to buy around with it, especially with the force from the last round. That is gonna pretty much extend the lead for Permitta at least with 3 rounds, so as long as they don't make a mistake. And then it gets into that place where it's not the end of the round if they lose the first gun round, but it's starting to get there. So Permitta... Oh, wait a minute, I think it's ECLOT. At the moment, I'm just a little bit... Yeah, ECLOT. They kind of have to answer quickly with the buy that they have, but still, we have to go through the pistol round here. No possibilities with the pitch. Oh, okay. 5-7 is going to step up. Gonna get a kill from Mary. Quickly gets a drop onto him. That's going to be Vega with a kill as well. And the Q, let's drop one of the players. Don't Mary. Let's get dropped. A long-range duel with the Pichu 50. Wait a minute. Some of these shots are starting to land. And Detour, the problem is he only gets away with a MAC-10.
But still, Beanox doesn't have the bomb here. So Beanox, he has to search for this kill.
But the problem is that Detour, he doesn't know the bomb either.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is pretty much like a reset 1 versus 1 with a little bit of a chess into it.
Yeah, but the thing is, Detour no armor, 42 HP, and Beanox has a MAC-10 out of all weapons, which makes this the perfect weapon. Oh my, we got split screens. I didn't know
this is some new high tech.
Even a thing. Yeah, let's see it.
All right.
There's time on the clock. Beanox is making full use of it.
I love the TikTok format.
Yeah. Detour is patiently waiting on heaven, and Beanox, even if he goes A, he has a lot of utility. He has a Molotov, which I believe will be used on heaven before he goes for that bomb plant. So Detour cannot really fight unless he tries to do the risky thing and just push before that molly.
Oh, the transition too. The problem is if he actually goes for the plant over here, or that Molotov is going to give him space. He's not going to use it. The full plant in front of Detour even turns around for the easy kill. And that's the round. I was about to say, if he goes for the upper side, it is a loss. If he goes for the lower side, it's going to be a win.
Why? He's going to think that. He's going to think about that moment the entire day, the entire week, the entire month.
You have to make a mistake to learn. And I was about to say it. That was the best opportunity for Permitta to get that 3-round lead. But the problem is losing a pistol round like that doesn't just give the injection for ECLOT for the buy. It always also brings them a round away from a tie. And they actually can start to flip this now. Now the question is Permitta, of course, with the first AKB bond, it seems like they're going to buy into this round easily. If they get to convert this, of course, it's back to the horse. But the problem is if they lose a round like this, ECLOT, they have a very good straight to win this map now.
That's gotta hurt, man.
Only
Permitta
throw a
calling
molly.
timeout.
Just let go of the molly. Press
Yeah,
mouse 1.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, it's one of those situations, you know. You overthink.
It is what it is.
To be honest, even if he planted the bomb on the other side, that could have given him just a little bit of more of a lifeline, but... Counter-Strike is a fun game. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, and decisions like these, yeah. It can happen to the best players in the world, so... No biggie. He's gonna sing a bit, but Permitta, you still have the 1-round lead, and thankfully you still have money to buy. It's not ideal when it comes to utility, but still. It's a buy nonetheless, and ECLOT, they take a timeout too, knowing that if they win this one, they will break Permitta. They will take the lead, and of course, get closer to take us to Overpass.
Yeah, there is still the fact that I did say that Permitta is a pretty good Nuke team. So the question is, what kind of challenges are we going to get from the start? Forsey, of course, opting in for that op. So either we're going to get some ramp or outside action, or if maybe he even actually inserts it for a hot push, but no, it's going to be outside. So they have to be careful with the quick push. Bass actually even challenging over here as well. The
Nice
peak coming in
shot.
behind red, and that's just going to be a headshot. The head, he went to the barber, and he said, just buzz it flat.
Nuke for Blitz. Unfortunately, he's been quiet, only 5 frags, so it's now or never for him to come alive on this grand final. His team needs him. Permitta, they're taking their sweet time. We have Morals on Silo. If he gets a bit closer, he will see if Forge can get a free frag, but no. That step was heard, that jump was heard. Forge has been here for about 30 or 40 seconds, and here's the swing. It's a tag on Morals, but he's alive. Oh, Kobe!
Wait a minute. No. Sometimes these nades keeps just bamboozling me every time. It seems like it's gonna do some damage. Doesn't matter. Kretz, he has an M4 that actually does some damage. Meanwhile, the second peek from the heaven. And even Christmas activates. That's gonna be deterred with a kill. Mass does get the trade onto NBQ. They still know there's a player on top of the HUD. But the jump down from the heavens. High heavens Forsey to lock it down. And if Mass takes a peek here, he's gonna find a 7.62 Lapua up his chest. Close angle. Of course, with a dragon lore, it costs more than my car at this point. Wait a minute. I think he tagged the door, but... Okay. Makes it a kill. A triple for him already. 25 seconds left on the clock. He's going to save that for our next round. And Permitta, well, getting a little bit shaken up here.
Yeah.
They're actually starting off the round with a kill as well. They had the best opportunity to convert this into a win.
But it's just Mass getting kills, no one else.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well,
Good
ECLOT, you've
shots.
tied the score. You got Permitta exactly where you want them to be. On an eco, with the Glocks. Maybe we see a Deagle on Beanox. Still have the op on Mass, which can be dangerous, but how much can a man do?
And at this point,
situation.
the round, just with those pistols, is just starting to look like a horror movie by the second, so... Well, of course, it's just a tie still. They still have a lot of map to be playing around with until it's over. But of course, for ECLOT, this is starting to look very good. This is exactly what they were hoping for.
Yep. Now they got a chance to build some cash here. Door broken by Beanox. Got a Zeus on Mari. And Mass with that sniper. Looking for somebody to come into his crosshair on this A side, but so far, ECLOT sitting tight. I remember one clip, I don't know who it was, it might have been Robs, coming out of hut and he gets the Zeus on the player on top hut. I will never know who that player was, but it was so fun to watch. It was a LAN event, a tier 1 event.
Alright.
God.
I was actually thinking about this in the past. Could it be cool that if EPL sometimes gets a LAN event for themselves?
Oh yeah,
awesome.
I've been thinking about this too, but it's easier said than done.
Of course it is, of
Hopefully in
course
the
it is.
future.
Maybe. I actually even had a format in mind. Meanwhile, it seems like they're going to go just for the A-side execution. Are we going to get some block kills? That op shot, it doesn't actually even have the opportunity. Oh, Mary gets played around. Ring around a Rosie. And it's pretty much done. Before with a kill, that's gonna be Chris. Veggie actually finds one with the op, so maybe a new main opper has been fun for the team. And Binox just with the cannon. Well, waiting for a good picture, I guess. Somebody please pose up. Oh, tries to go for the quick raccoon. Oh, this is a steal.
Yeah.
Gets shut down, though.
It's another save here for Vega, but that is going to mess up with the economy of Permitta. Because Vega's not going to get a lost bonus. He is going to drop the op. He will sacrifice himself, basically.
He has enough to buy utility and armor, so... Give me a second.
I guess Mass is going to drop a Galil?
Yeah, some kind of weapon. That's yeah, because he's gonna buy up armor. That op is gonna be awesome in his hands. Now the question is, even with the save, whatever, as long as they get a buy, woohoo. The problem is that they actually have to start to win these rounds now. So, or at least contest. There's a little bit of a bank starting to accumulate on the side of the CTs, and that's the problem. So, outside utility, double's been spotted already, and that's gonna be ECLOT. Pretty much left into a defending spot after this bombardment, but it seems like Permitta, they're not going to do anything with the starting space. Just a little bit outside control from Morels. Meanwhile, MBQ finds the kill on towards Veggie. And look at these defensive spots. It feels like Permitta is on the CT side at the moment. They're being just very much hobbled in here.
Well, ECLOT, they got the lead. They get the first kill of the round. It's looking good here for them to get to double digits. And they're feeling confident on their CT side on Nuke. Permitta running out of utility. Only one flash remaining, and ECLOT have searched. They got proactive. They cleared that lower bombs, and they're peeking outside from Secret. A long spray, but Detour gets the kill on Vinox. Marvin looking for the trade. Nice shot on Detour. He needs more, though. Flash out high. That's the op on Heaven. And Mari blinds himself in the process, but that's a lot of damage done to Forcy and Kriaz. In the meantime, Blitz finds a frag on Morels. That bomb will go down at least here. It's Mast and Mari, but it's Mast who has to do the heavy lifting because Mari is low HP.
This first shot from the op could actually bring it back. No. Oh my god! Blitz just pretty much taps him in the face. And the second one, this man is on point at the moment. And this is exactly what we're talking about. It's just a few rounds here and there, but the problem is that ECLOT CT side is just starting to look a lot more powerful at the moment. It's not even about the money, it's not even about the rounds. It's about the style of the rounds. And ECLOT, they're looking very crisp at the moment.
Yeah, 4 players alive on a gun round. That's some really good news, and ECLOT are on fire. All because of that one eco round that they won. We can see how much it can affect a team's confidence there.
And it looks like Permitta are just confused. Not really sure what to do with all the utilities just landing in front of their face. And this is one of those situations where maybe the right answer, of course, hindsight is 20/20, but maybe the right answer is just a little bit more risks. The issue is that, of course, I think ECLOT hasn't even a plan for that. So, of course, a tactical pause to talk about what's happening, but I'm not sure. Like, MJ Pickman, what's the answer for the T side at this point? You're a pro player. You know exactly what to do. I'm just going to throw you under the bus here.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you gotta risk a fast-paced round. Remember Mirage? We were seeing Permitta kind of getting locked up there, but eventually they just executed on A early, and it worked out. They had timing. Of course, you need some luck when you change the pace here or go for a fast-paced push, but it's about time that we see one of those.
All right.
It doesn't matter if it's on A, if it's on ramp, if it's on outside, you can try to go secret. I think you just try to catch ECLOT on the rush. But Forcy starts off with a frag on Mast. So he's happy
that works out, and even through the smoke too. So as long as it lands, that's important. Yeah. You might actually have a little bit of a future as an ESL analyst, so keep it up.
Ooh,
meanwhile, hopping. Oh yeah. Meanwhile, it seems like it's gonna be just straight off Tech 9s, but the problem is just look at the damage being done even towards Veggie. It's just a bullet, and it takes him down. But Nox, with just a double tap, finds Blitz and the full execution coming in. They're not even actually gonna jump down the vents. It's gonna be Forcy overrun already. Up from the high heavens, MBQ with Detour. They shut it down, and it makes it look easy.
Yeah, good point you made there. They're not going to dive into vents, because if they did, that would be 3 versus 4, and it could have been a round, but either way, ECLOT are getting closer.
And even more crispier. They're getting ready for pretty much whatever Permitta is throwing at them, and now it's about the rounds as well. The problem is they're 1 away just from a map point, and when they are stepping into those numbers, it's going to be very comfortable. And this is pretty much the spot when you're starting to think about that one round. Just with those USBs, just a few P250s, for them to convert a round like that into a win. It's gonna haunt you just a little bit later. Of course, they have the third map still. But ECLOT, with the best chance here, maybe take the finals. Top
Good
heaven.
entry by Vinox.
Yeah, that is
looking for the second frag. It's going to eliminate Forcey as well. And finally, Permitta managed to break the ECLOT defense on this A-bomb site.
It seems like every time we're building up a team, that's when it happens, so...
Yeah.
Okay, it seems like ECLOT, they're just gonna go for the save of these two weapons. They're not even gonna try to punch into that economy. Maybe try to fight for a few exit frags here and there. Overhead flash doesn't really work out. One of those weapons has been spotted, so Mary is gonna keep up the pressure. Sprays a little bit sloppy, but meanwhile NBQ does drop a player. Gets that... I think that was an op that he picked up. If you actually save this for the next round, that's gonna be great for the economy for them, but they still get the buy, so it's not the end of the world. But Permitta makes it a 2-rounder now. 2 rounds away from a tie. Can they stick it up? That's the question.
Yeah, and the important thing is you denied map point to ECLOT. As soon as they don't get 12, this is still a possibility for 2-0. So, Permitta, good round. Good entries by Vinox. Focusing really on Heaven on the left side as soon as that execution went on. And there was no smoke in main, at least not in time, which enabled Vinox to find another frag there. And ECLOT
these timeouts are making me nervous at the moment, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of great that they're actually taking them. But it seems like there's definitely a lot of conversations happening at the moment, and something that's been spotted throughout the round. Or maybe I'm just overhyping this. Maybe it's one of those fanatic timeouts that they're just calming down. But I think it's I think they actually spotted something in that push. Talking about it at the moment, getting ready for a similar push coming in. The question is, for Permitta, I think they have a little bit more underneath their belt, so going for a similar exact push might not be the answer here.
Ooh. I would love to see that. It's a really
okay.
Very
2 times in a
risky,
row?
but I don't think it's happening. Yeah, because exactly, you don't expect that, right? You kind of don't expect that, but it's very risky. It's not going to happen, though.
Well, it's got to be a buy from both of the sides. Utility crossed against the border, of course, and it's a lot of utility being used here as the start. Just Bnox trying to fake out the quick rush. A Molotov for the main, meanwhile. That's just going to be Mary posting the smoke towards the ramp. And it's just a standard round. They're going to play a little bit of time off the clock. And after this, we're finally going to get some contact. Oh, very close to the hut.
Incendiary holding from MBQ is going to be major here if Permitta decide to commit to this A site. Morels with outside smokes. So we got Kriaz in secret. So if there's no presence on outside from Permitta, Kriaz is going to get that info very soon. Oh, MBQ, he's been waiting for 20 seconds or more with that incendiary, and this push is about to come here from Permitta, and here it is. The incendiary is good, and that's going to stop the entire operation of Permitta. Another incendiary used. Vinox is going to get burned by MBQ. Good start here from ECLOT and Permitta. Do you still continue on A? What do you do here? You run out of utility. You're trying to make a passage towards vent, but Detour takes down Mass. And, well, maybe you get a bomb plan, maybe you don't, because Kriaz is still lying around here. And here it is. Kill found on Morels, and Veggie is not feeling safe to go for that bomb plan because Forcey has survived from ramp as well. And ECLOT, they have an answer to every single thing that Permitta are throwing at them.
Oh god, the second they tried to actually push through the vents, you gotta just see the desperation of that push. Meanwhile, towards the stairs, they actually win that first fight towards the double doors. So that's going to open up the side, but Mary, he's been left with a lot to do here. He has to win these 2 fights. The problem is he's already been taken down. Meanwhile, the full push coming in from the ramp takes down the planter. And that is the round, the 12th on the board. And I have to say, they're making this look very comfortable. Just with a round lost in between. Okay, they get rid of the flaming logo, but ECLOT just a round away from Overpass. Now the question is this doable now? Do you see any chance for Permitta?
Tough, really tough after dropping that.
Yeah.
I'm changing my words maybe, but we haven't seen a lot. Like you mentioned, dropping only 1 gun round on the entire second half. ECLOT are ready for the first map.
That is tough. That is tough. Yeah, there seems to be some kind of a pattern with the pistol round wins. But We always like to talk about the chances. This is a game of chance. And a little bit of skill. Just a little bit. Not a lot.
Just a little bit of skill.
Yeah, you don't actually need to know a lot.
Yeah. Chances,
You
luck.
can be a pro player.
Yeah, you can be a pro player. It's all luck, no skill.
Oh
Example.
no! That's exactly the luck that I was talking about. Morel's trying to use the smoke for the first time to actually get the access towards the warehouse, but of course... Yeah, the op is just pretty much watching. Even a shot through the smoke. Okay, this is just getting a little bit insane at the moment. Mast finally puts down 4C. But this is Permitta just faltering on this round. Oh, God.
Blitz takes down Beanox. It's Matt with 20 kills, who's been really good for Permitta and Mari versus 4. It's not impossible, but let's see how well they do. 55 seconds. Mari looking for a frag on ramp/lobby, but ECLOT are not going to give him anything. We got them real passive. Just holding, just waiting. One defender on this A side, that's Dutor. So if Permitta, they have to go A for their best chances, but Mass takes down Blitz, and he is expecting the second player to be there. However, the timing, Krias, when is he going to show up? Because eventually, Mass has to go towards this A side because he's got the bomb. And Marvi versus Dutor on this A side. Oh, Dutor is not paying attention to this left side, and Marvi takes that kill too. 2 versus 2 now from a 2 versus 4.
Okay, there's a little bit of a chance, but the problem is there's a player closing in towards the main and already been spotted. The quick kill, 10 seconds left on the clock, and Morel's, NBQ, he has to go for the push.
Nice nade.
That nade is stuck. He's actually going to drop him. He has to go for the
done.
plant, and that's going to be the round. No!
My
Just
God.
a $300 clutch, and it's going to be the Pokemon ball to take care of the whole push at the end. And Permitta, oh God, the way to lose a round, it hurts.
It hurts, especially when you come back from a 2 versus 4. Mari played this so well, getting kill after kill, and Matt getting the first one, and then the slam dunk, baby, finishing on style by MBQ. He takes us to the third and last map, which is Overpass. Well, it all started to crumble after they lost to that eco. Let's be honest. ECLOT built so much momentum, so much confidence, building the cash, and yeah, we saw what happened with Permitta.
Yeah, I have to say that it's that one round. You have to say, you already saw it from the structure of the team after that. It just gets a little bit questionable. They get pretty much bullied around every round. And I have to say, just a perfect ending to that round was that one nade. Now that we are going to be hopping into Overpass, the question is, can they reset from that situation? Or are we going to see a fiery Permitta again? I'm not sure.
We'll take your break and we'll find out.
Ooh.
Back
Look at the
on
camera
the
work.
grand finals, and we are on Overpass. So we get a third map here between these two teams who have given us some really intense Counter-Strike. But now on Overpass, Donut, what are your thoughts on this third map?
I usually don't have any thoughts, but this time around I'm gonna say it's gonna be a long map. It's going to be some interesting duels, and the first picks, well, they're gonna matter a lot, especially here on the knives. The question is which side is going to be starting where, so we are going to be seeing a little bit of a push coming in towards the T side connector, and the CT is just turning back. They don't care. They don't give a crud. They know Fountain is ours, as long as we keep playing the time, the whole hour. This could be a long knife round coming in. Okay, the first shot's coming in. That's going to be a slice and dice from Veggie and Morels. Gretz gets the kill as well. That Karambit doing all the work. And finally, it is the last kill coming in from Mary. Even a 4K from Gretz doesn't really do much. And we're back at the studio. How you doing?
We are back. I'm doing good, and expecting to do even better after this third and last map, because last time that these teams met, it was ECLOT winning 13-10, but the two times before this, 13-8 for Permitta and 13-10 if I'm not mistaken. So if we're talking numbers, 2 times W for Permitta and only once for ECLOT. So you could say that maybe it favors Permitta, and now they won the knife round, which means they will start on the CT side, and that is where they really tend to shine on the defense.
So it's going to be a question out of balance or a revenge. Which one is it? We don't know. After this map, maybe. So, pistols have been bought. That's going to be a P250 on the board with a side of a flash and a smoke pretty much on a CT side. We're not going to see the double duel. It's just a dually.
A duel.
Just a dually.
A dually. And Permitta are rushing on mid. Morales has to reposition here. Getting a bit dangerous. The rotations will arrive eventually. Mari jumping on site to use the smoke already, and he gets one kill. That's Blitz falling. Ooh, quick response though from ECLOT here. Mari is in trouble. There's a player on top that he has no idea of, and Force is going to eliminate him. Morals in the meanwhile. Trade found on Kriaz. Beanox looking to get this kill. Struggling to connect the shots. Not in a hurry. He's going to wait for his teammates to survive. And Morels is coming from Banana with Mast. Beanox is going to take down MBQ. There's a player hiding inside of that smoke, and Forty, that smoke is going to fade, and he will be exposed soon. Yeah, nobody spotted him, but now they know for sure. But it's Detour that we have to watch out for. And speaking of Detour, he just got shot in the face from those duelies. Veggie is going to stick on that defuse, because there will be no more time. And Detour, he just has one job to get the kill on the diffuser, but it's too difficult.
They didn't have a kit. If he actually hits the first kill on the worst player defusing, that could have been something, but the problem is a man shield in front of him.
Yeah.
That's going to take care of the defuse, and ECLOT already starting with the first round here. And Permitta actually getting the side control quickly. The problem is that they pretty much fumbled the back after that. But the question is, are we going to get a buy now? Of course, they're going to pretty much, off a base of that bomb plan, stick it to a Galil buy here. And with a few sets of utility as well. And on a map like this, the Galils is, well, they're not a bad buy. You can actually surprise some CTs, especially with those double pushes if you have a teammate ready for a counter kill pretty much at, actually a trade frag at that point. I think the HUD flipped around at the moment, so they're going to confuse. That's going to be Permitta on the T side.
Nah. Yeah. Defense. Here's Morels. Kill found on MBQ. And it's just like the last time when ECLOT planted the bomb. Permitta invested in a lot of rifles. Blitz with a Galil. Dink on Beanox, and he gets a frag eventually. But Veggie has found 2 frags in return. Detour chasing with a Mac 10 like a madman. He's got a smoke and a Molotov to use, and he will use those right now to give the space for that bomb plant at least. And Morales is low HP, so this round, it is so possible for ECLOT.
Oh yeah, it is the right way around. I was just a little bit confused at the point, but yeah, the bomb has been already planted and the full push coming in pretty much from the lower side. There is a player towards the heaven, just pretty much waiting for a mistake from the side, and the pillar, Detour. The only thing they have to do is pretty much with grass at the moment, just play a little bit more time. 20 seconds on the board, and the players has been spotted getting closer to the side. That's gonna be the full swing from Veggie. Detour gets 1, but Mary shuts it down quickly, and Permitta already on the defuse.
Round number 2 here. No kill, but it was okay because they got the kills on time. Veggie shining on this round with 3. Surviving as well with 3 HP. ECLOT, are they going to buy here? It is likely that they might go for the buy. No. Not enough damage was done. If there was 1 player alive, for sure you see ECLOT buying again, but 3 players alive, they're not going to chase for the economy game.
Alright. And it's going to be those Tech 9s. I do fear them in a way. 3 players pretty much equipped with armor and the leading weapons. That's going to be a P250 on the side of Detour. And 4C opting in for that P250 without armor and just utility. So they're definitely trying to do something for a round like this. And if they actually manage to find a weapon, that could be the start that they're looking for at that point. But Mast, he knows. It's very much a broken buy at the moment. The distance is key. And that's going to be your friend. Meanwhile, these Tech 9s are going to get a little bit closer to the bathroom. And to be honest, they could even walls up all the way close to that A side from long. If they're not careful with the hole here. Look at this. Permitta playing it very passively, giving them pretty much all the space to work with. Mast is going to find double. Meanwhile, Morels is going to be helping out his teammate. Gets one in between. And already, just with single peaks here and there, already the control dropping in for the side of Permitta and ECLOT. Well, they still have that bomb in the hands of 4C, and they kind of want to plan it for some money. The issue is they've been surrounded, and heavily. Oh, that one's after the face, not the second bullet. And that is going to be one of the cleanest rounds we've seen so far. Only Veggie pretty much taking a tap to the face, but that's pretty much it. Kevlar takes care of the bullet. And Permitta with 3 on a board. ECLOT kind of gets slapped around here a little bit.
3-0 start for Permitta. ECLOT now they have a full buy. We got the op-out on 4C and the AKs. And this is going to be a very important round for ECLOT, because if they lose this one too, then you're just giving Permitta too much to work with. But let's see it. A pretty false start. They want to work with mid. Molotov used to deny any sort of aggression from balloons, but it will be the push to the smoke. Blitz takes down Morals, though that flash is just a bit late, I'm afraid. Mast playing up close. He gets the trade on Blitz. There are more players, though. And is he going to be ready here? Kriaz, that was a risky push, but Mast was paying attention. Big multi-kill.
For a second, we saw just a little bit of a backbeam turnaround there, but he turns around at the perfect time. It doesn't really matter at that point. Meanwhile, towards the monster, there's still a push that's going to be Veggie from the pillar just to help out his teammate if they're going to go for the execution, but it's going to be pretty much up to Binox to take off the first entry, and that's just going to be a re-smoke for the monster and ECLOT. They're not really being given a lot of space to work here. Mary executes 4C to the back of the head, and that's just, again, the bomb with his teammate. Just left around the walls, and to think about what could actually even do in a round like this. And this is exactly what I was talking about Overpass, that it's the problem that if you keep losing players at the entries, trying to go for those picks one by one, it's going to leave you in a very awkward spot to go for any executions after you actually want to push into either of the side. Yep. Oh, look at this. At least a kill. Actually, NBQ does drop a second one. This is a 1 versus 2. This is actually doable now.
Alright, MBQ, let's see what you got. Molly used on water. You know about the one player from Connector. That nade flew in. You'll go for the bomb plan at least. Defuse gets available on Mass, and Mari has picked up the AWP. Not an ideal weapon in the situation, so the pressure should be on Mass here. And MBQ getting a bit proactive, but doesn't want to push on CT fully. Eventually, Mass is going to arrive, and MBQ gets dinked, and he will fall. He was not expecting Monster at all. He was so sure of himself that somebody was on CT, but unfortunately, that was not the case, and Permitta are on fire.
That is a very good way to start off the CT side of the last map. And ECLOT, it's not the lack of trying, they've very much been switching the playstyle just a little bit. Of course, just a few rounds being tested out. But Permitta, just the way that they have been winning these rounds is what's actually surprising me. But of course, this is a very fiery team. This is what we were talking about. Permitta is not a team to scoff at. Neither is ECLOT. It's just these polls are just a different beast today. Especially in the last map. Now the question is, can they actually keep this up? We saw a little bit of a similar start on Nuke, and after that, just after a round, choking it out throughout the last portion of that series. And ECLOT, they can actually buy in again on the basis of that last plant. Now the question is, if you're a player on the ECLOT side, an in-game leader, you've seen how the start of the rounds have been pretty much going. Neither of the picks really working out for you. What's the call out to turn something like this around?
You just gotta work with defaults again. You can't just make any big changes. Take short, try to take connector
So pretty much
control.
you have to win fights.
Yeah. the flash
Alright.
to fight for morals. So basically you just try to take map controls slowly, work with short connector or connector and toilets or long, and just try to play for picks after that point.
Let's see if they can actually manage to do it now. So, a little bit damage just done towards Morels, but it seems like they are shifting this push towards the monster, and the execution's already coming in. This time around, they're gonna have the numbers. Behind the pillar, Veggie, he's gonna give the most of that utility, but the defensive smoke from the CT side is just gonna give them a little bit more space to work around with. That grenade is gonna clear it off, but still the kills coming in for the side of Binox, and that's gonna be Kretz with 2. B side is open, they can finally plant in, but they still have Veggie in front of them. Detour takes him down, and this gives them just a little bit of a chance this time around now.
2 versus 3, ECLOT, you have the numbers. Smoke's fading. But they still staying around in front of that B-bomb site. Master with that op can be very dangerous. Eventually the Morris is going to peek. Spots the player on behind pillar. But Master's not peeking from heaven. I thought that he was going to hold the angle, but he's scared that there might be someone flanking. And ECLOT, time is running out. Eventually, they will have to go for that bomb plant. And Morels, ooh, Detour is going on the left side. And Morels will get caught. Now Mask, alone. 1 versus 3. Gets the first frag on Blitz, looking for more. Still paranoid about the flank. And Detour is going to pick up that C4, and he will go for the bomb plant here with 5 seconds remaining. Forcey takes down Mask, and ECLOT finally get on board.
What a beautiful start here. Way to shut it down. And for a second there, it looked like Permitta actually had a bit of a chance to actually go for a retake, but no, ECLOT, it seems like the numbers seems to be the way for them, just to take a little bit control from middle at the start, and after that just pretty much go for the B-side execution. And it wasn't like Permitta, they were entirely out of that push either, they were kind of waiting for something like that. But ECLOT, with just the trades throughout the side, it keeps working for them, even the defensive smoke, back to the NRG days. They were ready for it. They actually had a nade prepared for it, so it seems like they have a very good understanding how to push towards that B side. Now it's about the cleanliness, if they can actually keep up the numbers. So as long as we're going to see those B hits, those fights are going to be important. Permitta actually going for a timeout. And what do you actually think about timeouts very early on after losing a round?
It's really good because, example, in this situation, Permitta, the money is not great. If you lose this round, ECLOT is getting 3 rounds, so all that 4-0 lead that you had is not going to mean that much. So it's a very important point here. And with MR12 having lesser rounds, every single one counts.
That's the problem. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. It feels like you have a little bit of a less of a lifeline to work around with. So
yeah.
A round loss means a lot more now, but meanwhile towards the connector, that's going to be the first pushes coming in. They are going to be checking even the right side of that con, and those are some pretty good entry kills already coming in. ECLOT starting off the round pretty early.
Saw some individual fights there from Permitta, didn't work out. Veggie pushing on short alone, and then Morels in connector, or maybe the other way around. But either way, it's 5 versus 3. We have a player in toilets. That's masked with that AWP. Out position, though. Can't really do much. And in the meantime, MBQ is taking a lot of information about this B side, which we might just see the rotate come from ECLOT. But they got both sides pretty much.
Alright, seems like Detour actually finds 1 on top of the earlier kill, so makes it a 2, but finally Mary steps, well, pretty much stops him. Then the question is masked. There's a push coming in behind. It seems like he's turning around like a turret. Mary actually finds a second kill. This is just 1 man away from a tie, but the problem is B side fully lost, so MBQ has the control. Now the question is, can they actually hold on to this side? The bomb definitely gets planted, and the question, Permitta, do they actually want to go for the save or for the retake? Seems like they're thinking about it, but they are going to be opting in to save those weapons, it seems like.
Yeah, it's a bit risky, and ECLOT...
Yeah.
You can send a player maybe searching to try to get this op away, or maybe the AK away from Mari. It will be worth a lot. And like you mentioned, ECLOT had a really early successful start there with the 2 frags, which made this round hella easier. Mari with his double kill tried to do something to turn things around, but the lurk from MBQ was good. It enabled ECLOT to take that B side, and as a result, there is round number 2.
They Push. And boom. So, those are some good rounds from ECLOT already. Especially this time around, they just didn't have to go for the raw execution. It's going to be on the back of those entries. And that kind of throws a little bit of a spin into the earlier points that we made. Because Permitta started off the rounds pretty well. But now ECLOT, they seem to have a little bit of an answer to themselves. So,
yeah,
if they want to go for the fights, yeah, they could actually turn the script, so said. Now the question is, can they actually keep it up? There's a 5-7 buy coming in, and to be honest, every time we see pistols coming into the game, the rounds, they just get chaotic. And that's where the mistakes come in, yeah.
Flashbacks on that round with the AK and 4 Tech 9s and more on Nuke. Mass with the off 2 players, though, and that one missed shot is going to mean death for him. Big kill found from Dutor and Mass, and the boost here is good, but no one from ECLOT is interested on short.
That's a hard spot to actually spot.
Yeah.
And I almost even rhymed for a second. Wait a minute, what's happening? Whoa, this is some skill. It's like a circus class.
Noise dropping.
Yeah. But they are going to go for the full A-side hold, so there is a 3-man hold coming in. The defense seems to be on point, and it's going to be the right call. Even actually switching the last player. ECLOT, they might actually run into a stacked side now. Oh, no.
It's just one kill from Veggie with that 5-7, and Blitz takes down the AK. That was on Mari. What a round from ECLOT. Being ready for everything, basically, and Binox is going to push that smoke. Well, he tried to, at least, but doesn't find anything. ECLOT, now they got closer. Round number 3, and they're looking to tie the score. And we've been going like this on Mirage, if you guys remember. Close 4-4, 5-5, etc., etc. But on Overpass, a 6-6 half is not going to be a good half for Permitta.
Yeah, and that was the best chance for them. The best move also to swap every player towards the A side before the push, and they still couldn't hold it down. To be honest, ECLOT, they made it very one-sided on that push blitz. Just pretty much opening the side with a key. Well, finally we're gonna see the buy, and Permitta, they have lost 3 rounds in a row now, so could be a little bit of a time for an answer. The op duel coming in towards the middle of the corner doesn't really play for the side off mast. He wasn't actually prepared for Forcey to go from the play yard and come back towards the middle to come back for that kill. So it's definitely going to play for him. Meanwhile, Veggie, for the monster push, that flash is going to be perfect and on point. They have the information and even the re-kill, so at least they get the refrag. Now the question is, what does ECLOT want to do with this? Listening to Morels at the moment. He's getting so much information, even from the close angle. Spots the barrel of that weapon, and the flash coming in, but the problem is he doesn't get the kill. But it's a 3 versus 3, and a push coming in towards the A side. There's still a chance for Permitta.
Time available here for ECLOT if they want to rotate to another side, but they just committed another smoke here on A, and they will be waiting, hoping that somebody's going to peek into the crosshair of Forcey, who's holding side with that op, but no, Veggie holding an off angle here from Truck, and he's not alone. Mari with him. Binox is here too. Just holding patiently. And ECLOT, the plan is to freeze and then re-hit, but that's not going to work out very well. Mari gets spotted by Kriaz. More utility available for ECLOT. A smoke on Blitz and a frag grenade, but Permitta, they want to leave sight, weirdly enough. Veggie will fall to Kriaz. That's a big kill to find, and now you don't have that formation. That stack on Truck. Mari, good crosshair placement. Headshot found on Kriaz. Frag grenade thrown on the bomb planter, but ooh, it's unfortunately misses. Yeah, no defuse kit, no smoke. How the hell are you going to win this 2 versus 2 against the op?
They have to go quickly to the side and pretty much go for those kills. And they do know that the odds are stacked against them, especially with the smoke on the side just pretty much fading at this point. They're going to have to either re-smoke it and go for a 10-second defuse or quickly for those kills. That's going to be the smoke on top of the side. A full 10-second in front of a second. And this is just going to be Forcey going for that first shot, but Binox goes to the side. It's just going to be an op in the smoke. Oh, he lets go! It's been stacked into it! Oh, no!
Well,
he did have a little bit of a chance, but at the end, Forcey did seem to have the right corner, but the first shot from that op definitely missed.
For sure it did, but I don't know. Permitta, they had the right call there. They stacked on A on the 3 versus 3, but at the last moment, they broke that formation, and Kriaz got the frag on Veggie. Mari did a good job getting that 1 kill, and Binox getting the headshot on Blitz, but it's
what do you think about letting off the bomb?
I don't think he had time. I think he got on that defuse a bit late. It would be milliseconds, at least it lit in my eyes.
Yeah, in a HUD it seemed like he had time, but okay, makes sense then.
Yeah. It would have been close for sure, and 4C, I don't think he's allowing that. He misses a shot with the op, misses with a Glock, he goes with a knife, he has time, because Mari has no kit.
It's one of those Hail Mary situations. It hurts to see it, but it is what it is. Counter-Strike is an interesting game, like we keep saying, but it is what it is. So, back into the game. There's a little bit of a timeout, and Permitta, just look at the buy at the moment, just off a base of losing a round. It's just going to be pretty much 5-7s again across the borders with an MP9 and the save them 4. And that has to hurt. The best looking round in a while, and ECLOT, they managed to bring it back.
Yeah. Well, we do have that M4 on Mari. 5-7s. We always expect some magic from them. Morel's jumping around for info. He's alone on A. It's a stack on the B side from Permitta.
Oh, look at the stack. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Vega even making sure that he's feeling comfortable at the moment. Yeah, so they're gonna pretty much disassemble this boost. Meanwhile, it seems like ECLOT is just trying to gain some information towards the long. And as long as they don't see a player... Question, oh, they actually spot the jump, so... It's gonna give them a little bit of a more awareness towards the A side, already knowing that somebody already has the information out of them, but it's gonna be very close to the banana. So if he gets this kill, they get a little bit more space to work around here towards the A side. And also the fake utility has been shown. This is just a fake at this point, it seems like. They are getting closer to the push, but they're still not executing to the side. Right now, getting a little bit closer from that angle. Blitz is going to be the one to lead the charge. That's going to be the overhand flash. But ECLOT still don't stick it. That's going to be 25 seconds left on the clock. Oh, these might actually come into the mistake line now.
Mari with a frag on Detour. Blitz has found the trade, and Mari looking for more, but he gets shut down. More with a 5-7, though. He's going to eliminate Kriaz. Trades back and forth. It's a 2 versus 2. Veggie, he's got the AK, and the smoke is going to work in his favor, and the MP9 from Binox is eventually going to show up for Permitta to not let ECLOT take the lead. They are the first ones to get the 5.
Oh my god, that was exactly what I was talking about. The utility being used at the start. I think the idea was to pull out the defense, to go for the swing kills, to actually show the cards what kind of a defense they actually have towards the A side, but they never bit. They never actually showed themselves.
Yep, and they had good utility. The smoke on side, the flash that you mentioned, it applied a lot of pressure, blinding a lot of people, and Mari having that forward positioning, just having banana control, it just didn't give ECLOT much room to breathe. They only had to push from long.
This is getting a little bit hairy at this point. Do you have any feelings which side actually has the better, like the better half here at this point? Of course, Permitta.
Man.
Yeah, they have the rounds, but the problem is when it comes to gun rounds, ECLOT has been looking a little bit better. But of course, after losing a round like that, just wings the side back towards the Permitta. I'm not entirely sure what's happening at the moment, but this is exactly what I was hoping from Overpass. I did say that this is one of the most boring maps to watch, but when it's like this is insane. Just keep it up.
Grand final, yeah, it's not boring.
Yeah.
Love to see that chaos erupt on that A-bomb side. And now ECLOT. Money is good for another buy. Detour with a MAC-10. Not the end of the world, though. It's still a great gun if you have the opportunity to fight close range. Now, on round number 10, ECLOT are looking to tie the score. If they lose this one, Permitta, they break the economy, which we are potentially looking to 7-4. Because last time that I said it will be 7-4. Permitta lost against an eco. Here's Morels. The off angle, he's good. He's ready. That kill on Blitz is so important because that was a lurker. Now the defense on B is about to get tested. Binox with an off angle. Holding here from Waters, and he's got the help of his teammates, but that flash is so good, but Detroit got blinded as well. Mari saves Binox, and speaking of Mari, there he is with a double kill on MBQ and Kriaz. It's just 4C1 versus 5, and this time ECLOT, no entry, not a single frag on this round.
I have to say that that was a round for utility. It wasn't the individual skill, it wasn't even the bullets, to be honest. That was a round out of flashes. So, the counter flash is working very well for both of the sides, but at the end of the day, it seemed like Permitta, they had the last answer. Meanwhile, Morals just dancing around that smoke like snacks. Too much on his prime. Just look at this one. Everybody missing bullets.
Yeah, but that flash from Mari, that's...
Yeah, that is some next level gameplay. Yeah. And especially with the point where we was holding, that was actually planned. So it wasn't like something that they just drew off the books. So they definitely have some holes here. Now the question is, what is the answer from the side of ECLOT?
Ooh, a force buy. Okay. We have the
So
Alpha 4C, a Galil,
especially with the close play. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always the op that actually worries me when there is a stack of Tech 9s. A few bullets being catched. That is going to be connector already lost, though the Molotov on top pretty much clears it. Or else it's going to be the first point of contact if they decide to go through it. That's going to be Veggie over the smoke, actually, to get that kill. And Detour waltzes his way on towards that upper middle. Now the question is, from these spots, what do they actually want to go for? ECLOT, they have a little bit of space to work with, but it seems like Permitta already rotated the third player towards that A side. So if they decide to go for the execution here, it's going to be an uphill battle.
We've seen Permitta players on this position, Morels, Veggie before, and they always got at least one frag. And Morels, again, holding patiently.
That hop is scary.
Ooh, that jump. That jump. Is there a flash
that a mistake?
Morels? Yes, there will be, and Forcey in the open, but he's safe. Frag grenade available and a flash, and ECLOT are going to start running with these Tech 9s. Mash takes down Detour, and Morels is ready with the M4 to strike. Blitz will fall. Mash, another kill found with a sniper. That leaves just MBQ on long with the Galil in the 1 versus 5. Permitta back-to-back clean rounds here.
I have to say, again, you can just see the micro gameplay coming into play, especially after getting that first kill with the M4. Morels doesn't feel hungry. He's not going to go for the swing. He just pretty much waits for his teammate from the site to go for the duel with that op to make sure that he's not going to go down. Not losing a player on that push, an NBQ. He's left to wonder at the moment, how can we convert more rounds when they're this powerful? One round to be playing for. Not enough time for this one, so what's the answer at this point?
I don't know, that last buy, it was high risk, high reward. I honestly got worried a bit, and I think I expressed that in the beginning.
And they actually even lost the op.
Yeah, no off save, just a Galil. It's not a bad weapon, but how are you going to manage after this one? You got Tech 9s
that's pretty much the answer on the board at the moment, Simplistic weapons.
Yeah.
If they can't tune those Tech 9s to actually shoot automatic fire, well, to be honest, in this version of the game, it doesn't really need to be, but we are going to be pretty much seeing just a full stack somewhere. The question is, they are going to be faking middle again, trying to show themselves just a bit. And it seems like they are committing that bomb more towards the B side, so it might be a late B side execution.
Honestly, that's where the Tech 9s and the Mac 10s are best off. You still have a lot of utility to work with, a lot of flashes. Mari and Veggie with the boost. Detour hiding in the smoke. And Veggie, a lot of damage being done here, but they go down.
Are they gonna go for it again?
Ah, that would be a bold move.
That would be insane, to be honest. But that could be the right call. You know, if the player's actually spotting it at the moment, but from the water side of that backside, it seems like Binox just pretty much ready. He's not actually going to play the off angles. Just the Molotov monster. Make sure. Lost the first push. On the cross, gets one, goes for the second one, and already makes it enough. That's going to be the turn to get the trade, but the problem is they still need to get out of that short, and it's going to be a hard way to struggle back to the side. They do get the bomb down, but it's a 4 versus 2, and they have to hold it down now.
Blitz and Forcey looking for a miracle. Mari takes down Forcey. Blitz starts off well with a headshot on Mari, but Mass is ready with that sniper, and Permitta finished the first half with twice as many rounds as ECLOT. And this has been an interesting first half. 4-0 start for Permitta. ECLOT respond with 4 rounds of their own, and then we have another 4-round streak, this time for Permitta. And now, this is a good half, because I mentioned earlier, 6-6, not what you're looking for. 7-5, okay-ish, but 8-4, well, Permitta, stronger on the CT side.
Hi. Okay, a player drops out of the server. I think that was Morels, Yeah, Morels gets dropped. And like you said, 8-4. That's not a bad CT side, to be honest. That's definitely not a bad way to start off the half. For the T side, that's going to be enough. So it's going to be pretty much left up for Permitta. They have the rounds to play around with. And the question is, are we going to get a little bit of a choke? Are you choking That's the
Are
question.
you choking?
Are you choking?
I never know if that video was for real or if it was just me. Like,
Hopefully it's a meme. Hopefully it's a meme.
tutorial on how to tell if someone is choking. First,
Yeah, are you
ask
joking?
them, are you joking?
Well, we're getting some beautiful scenery from the skies up here. I don't know if they have a drone permit, especially in Germany. They're really strict with the laws over there.
Ooh.
But somebody actually drew a Maverick up here. And it's showing us some great... Actually, I usually like to think about, like, does a place like this actually exist somewhere in the world?
I don't think
Because this
so.
looks very clustered at the moment. I actually did ask this, but somebody from the Germany said that somewhere in one of those cities, it kind of looks like this over there, but...
Yeah. So basically, when I look at this, you might see some certain areas exist, but not put up together like it is on the actual map. Example, you might see a cafeteria like that one on top of toilets. Maybe exists
and like
somewhere.
a walkthrough like that. Yeah, that actually makes sense.
But like it's not put up together as the map. It's where is the train
and
going?
when does the road lead? There's like a highway on top of a park. Like what?
Yeah, and then there's a train.
Yeah, actually going to the other side of it.
It's like a cyberpunk map. If you add some more shadows, make it
and like
nighttime.
a lower portion to it as well, just with a random sewer. Oh, this place definitely exists.
Oh yes, very good to live here. 10 out of 10.
Oh god. So, well, if anybody actually spots a place like this anywhere, I'm gonna just let me know. I'm gonna visit it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the tea seems to be getting a little bit ready here.
Nice graffiti
we're
work.
Starting to hop. Yeah, that is actually pretty cool. One up.
The second half, the last half, maybe, of this grand final. Permitta versus ECLOT. 8 rounds for Permitta, and now they're looking for the pistol round. On that B defense, we got 4 players from ECLOT, and the run boost around the queue so he doesn't get spotted there on the corner.
Yeah.
No dualies, no flashes, you just have to fight with the USB and the Glocks. Close range are deadly. Veggie takes down MBQ, more flashes fading in. Krias takes down Veggie. B-Nosh trades back and forth here. It's a 3 versus 3, but for how long? ECLOT, they've given up the B bomb site, so the plan will be enabled here for Permitta, and then headshot on Krias leaves him to 9 HP, and they look very hungry to chase for that kill. Forsey takes down Morvels. Now there is trouble for Permitta. Mass is going to sacrifice himself on the hose that he can find that 1 kill, but no, it's B-Nox, 19 HP, and he will be short-lived. Well played from ECLOT. A really, well, a risky decision-making there from Permitta to not go for the bomb plant and go for that push on
I was actually
graffiti.
thinking, yeah. That was a very good point. You always want to play it off the base of the money, but Permitta was trying to win the round, knowing that they were pretty much surrounded at that point. But the problem is, it was the wrong call. They just had better position, and maybe they felt like some of the USB shots were off, feeling a little bit cocky, flying a little bit too close to the sun. Icarus, anybody? But it is what it is. So there's still rounds to be played for. ECLOT, they're definitely not out of the dog park yet, but they kind of have to shut a few rounds down here at first, so we can actually start to see what kind of a chance they have. So they're pretty much already 3 rounds away. If they win a round like this, the next buy round, there's a little bit of a chance. But of course, for the side of Permitta, they could do whatever they feel like. Did you notice something?
Yeah,
okay. Popping. Yeah. No, that wasn't actually the focusing.
Just chilling, and then boom, 1 balloon falls, the other one. That's a threat. That's a threat if I've seen one.
It's more of a sign that what's about to come. Are we gonna get a Glock kill? That's the question. Glocks? Anybody Glock?
Glocks? 1? Yeah. I don't know about more though.
Okay, let's see.
We have a lot of MP9s from ECLOT.
That's gotta be the one that cash. So yeah, the only things left are the Glocks. Still no headshots coming in. Mary, the only one to actually keep the straight. Did he find one? No.
Nope.
That's actually Dink Kretz, so we came close.
Yeah.
That's all she. That's pretty much all she wrote.
Yeah. Permitta, 8-6, still having the lead. ECLOT. There's going to be an upgrade for Blitz from the MP9 to the M4. No offer for C and Permitta. They've pulled the big guns. They got the AKs. They need to be careful against these MP9s, though. Not
Wait a minute, what's happening with the camera? This is great.
Yeah, I love the observing that we've seen so far in the
Does he have like a console controller or what's happening? It's even actually zooming in at the moment. Holy moly!
Scoped.
Okay.
You can do it with a joystick.
Yeah.
And with the keyboard.
It does like the perspective effect.
Yeah. Really cool.
Or
though.
the movement. Yeah.
Yeah, smooth.
Awesome. Okay. Meanwhile, long battles has been already spotted. That's gonna be Mary opening up the entry towards that mid. Well, to be honest, to the long portion of that A side. But the question is, what can they actually do with it? As there's been spotted, they have to get a little bit closer. A dropped smoke for them to get a little bit closer to that spot. I think there's gonna be a flash from Vegas. Actually gonna go for a dry peek. Drops down 4C, but the quick straight from Detroit. The problem is from Banana already. Morel's opening up the kills towards Bliss, and that leaves A side fully open. Only an MP9 in front of them. And the push coming in from the backside, but Nox, he takes care of it. Does he know there's a second pusher? To be honest, they have the control towards the A side. No problems over here. And of course, Benox. He is on top of it. Morels gets the last kill. And look at this. A 9 on the board. And if you turn these scores around, it's 69.
Nice.
Yes. Nice. Yes, exactly.
What else are you supposed to say there? It's the law.
Yeah, it is the law. You have been excused this time around, so...
Yeah.
ECLOT. The timeout. Yeah, they have to go for the timeout. They know it's not over yet, but losing a round like that, that's gonna sting.
Yeah, because money's not great for 2 players, Blitz and 4C. I'm not sure if 4C dropped an M4 last time around, because he had the AUG from the second round.
Pronounce that.
Hold on. Can I read that again? I'm actually learning German. So I might be able to read it. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Cameraman, can we see the flyer again?
I don't think so, but we'll get a chance again. It's Overpass. It's
maybe in the future.
Yeah. I'm 3 weeks in.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
They do actually listen to us.
Yeah. Either way, round number 16. It's an eco from ECLOT. It's the right decision. You don't want to risk it. Your money's not great. You don't want to go for a half buys and get Permitta 10, 11 rounds already. So now with the 5.7s.
Okay. We have already said that when it gets to these pistols, it gets very hairy.
Yep.
One, a little bit of a boost on top. They can actually spot the player from middle. That Molotov is going to push him out of there. Oh, the utility usage from Permitta. Oh no. God! Welcome to the server. Are you burning? Yes. That is still going to leave Grass in the open corner. Does win the first fight. But Morels, the positioning, the timing, and the placement is going to be on point. Meanwhile, NBQ, I think he's counting the amount of players being dropped every round now, because this is just getting a little bit out of hand. Permitta starting off the T side like a banger. With a bang.
With the banger.
Yeah, and then the universe.
2 P250s remaining and a 5.7. Mash lining up the smoke. He might get caught. No. Hier bitte nicht spielen. Please don't play
long
here.
problems. Long problems at the moment. That's going to be forced with the P250. If it drops that bomb, the problem is it's not...
Ooh.
Welcome to the server. Holy moly.
Nice shot with a P250, looking for one more, but Benos is going to shut him down. Doing some damage at least here are ECLOT, and... Well, let's see this close range fight. MBQ, he has the Kevlar and the 5.7. He gets a first strike on Marby. Morals is finally going to shut him down, and now Benos eliminates Detour. It was a really nice try here from ECLOT with only pistols. They get 3 kills, but it's not enough to stop Permitta from winning it. So we got double digits for Permitta.
I'm not entirely sure what Mast was thinking, but he literally got 2-tapped.
Nothing you can do, absolutely.
Yeah, I think he saw a pixel and he just died. Well, 10 on the board, double digits, and ECLOT, well, left to pretty much lick the ground at this point. They can actually go for the buy, but the question is, at this point, that you're pretty much 4 rounds, it's not that bad, but again, with the new round changes, it looks a lot worse. And it starts to affect the mentality of the teams. Do they want to go for those risks? Do they want to actually go for the opening duels? And at the same time, Permitta, they might feel like they're on fire at this point. I think there's a little bit of a smoke gap. You can actually spot the middle from there. Oh, Blitz still holding down towards the bathrooms. They are going to be throwing some utility. That's a long smoke, but it failed. I think the idea was to cover up Banana. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
Was that on purpose?
I still think it might be a miss. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
it's intentional. It's to block off the op if it's holding connector from that angle.
Or
But
maybe
either way,
mind games thrown as a mistake to fake out A side, but it's actually A side push.
45 seconds remaining. Permitta running out of utility. They have a frag grenade that just got thrown by Morals, a Molotov, and a smoke. And that nade did good damage. But Blitz,
That's a
we've
50 off the
seen
board.
Permitta on the CT side play in this corner, and they have found success. And now Permitta, they are running out of time. Two defenders is Horsey and the Hamas from Blitz, and he gets the first frag. Upgrade to an AK. There needs to be a trade quick hit before rotation survive, and Blitz finds another kill. How is he getting away with this? Mash finally shuts him down, and Forge is holding a deep angle. Bomb will get planted. 2 versus 4. Mash and Beanox versus 4 ECLOT players. The good news is they have no defuse kits, so this is possible, but they need to be careful against that op on Forsy's hand because he will be holding. 25 seconds remaining. Mash, do you want to use this as a fake flash, or what's the idea here? Flash out high, and here's Mash. Another kill found. Detour with the trade, and MBQ is going to find Beanox. ECLOT. Good retake. They had the numbers, but Blitz, that multi-kill, that double kill, it had a big impact.
Oh yeah, sorry. He definitely takes control out of that A side.
Godzilla.
Yeah, doesn't give them the full access towards the side cell. Puts enough time off the clock, especially for that retake. But I have to say, there's a little bit of a lifeline here shown from the side of ECLOT, but it gets a little bit dirty at the end. The retake is good, so they save 3 weapons for the next round. That's important to keep up the economy and not to falter into any of those mistakes. Now the question in from the side of the Permitta, how did I actually want to answer back into a round like this? Looking at the buy already, that's going to be a Tech 9, a Deagle, 2 AKs, and even an AUG. A long barrel, an AUG. Whatever you want to call it. Deagle. No, it's not a Deagle. It's a longer version of the Deagle. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit questionable here, but it doesn't matter. The push coming in from short, that's going to be led by Nox. The first angle, he reads it like a book. Even spots the player behind the pillar, forgets to shoot for some reason. And look at that backstab from Veggie. Oh, this is going to turn. Blitz off of that corner. He's not ready for it. And that's already the 2 kills needed for the side of Permitta, but they do bring it back to a 3 versus 3 somehow from the side of ECLOT.
3v3, you have 2 smokes, a flash, and you've picked up guns for Veggie and Mori, who started the round with pistols. ECLOT, this is such an important round, because if they lose this, they might be broke. Mass,
just a laser shot from that
long, and Kriaz might just get timed here. Mass is going to eliminate him, and that's the A side open. Detour and Force, do you even come close to attempt this retake? Nade on the bomb planter, yes, it deals some damage. Force trying with that op. Another frag grenade thrown by Detour, and Veg is going to respond with the same. And yeah, you just have to save.
Yeah, that's a hard decision. That's a very hard decision to make. It's the money, but at the same time, you can't be losing rounds. Oh, that has to suck the soul right out of the team at the moment. They still have 2 rounds to play with at least. But you're starting to feel the pressure. Oh, definitely.
For sure. Permitta, they've lost 3 rounds on this second half, and 2 of those were the pistol and the follow-up.
I think the worst part of this map is that, or not the map per se, but the worst feeling in this map is when you're actually either a B-side player or an A-side player as a CT, and you literally lose some side control like a snap of the finger. You barely have anything to say in a round like that. It's out of your control entirely.
Yeah.
Even the retakes, even if you get close to the side, you just know there's no way into that situation. And that's exactly what happened to ECLOT. They're pretty much just going to sacrifice those weapons if they walk through those smokes. And they still have to find 3 kills. Oh, God. Of course, it's not the end of the world yet. So it's just 4 rounds. But the problem is looking at the rounds that we have been pretty much monitoring so far. They're not clean.
Nope.
And Permitta, to be honest, they've been looking pretty good on them.
ECLOT used the last time out there, and they don't want to allow Permitta to get championship point. They forced. It's the op on Force, the M4 on MBQ, the AK on Blitz, MP9 on Detour, and a 5-7 on Kriaz. To stop Permitta from getting to 12, to try to come back and win this event in regulation. Well, let's see it. Round number 19 has begun. The fuse kits available here for both Detour and Blitz and Permitta. They've been looking good. And it's a default start.
Here it is. Well, starting to chime into a little bit of a push here. Meanwhile, across the site, across the map, ECLOT just playing a little bit more of a passive spot here. It's just pretty much going to be Blitz, trying to take the first information. And it seems like ECLOT, they're pretty much just happy with the side holds at the moment. But that's exactly what Permitta is waiting for. And it seems like actually their executions towards the sites, they have been so on point that this might actually work even against ECLOT at the moment. Another sign.
At a minute in the clock, Permitta is trying to take toilets control.
Oh my
That's a
god.
nice shot from Veggie. The op is down. My god. Blitz,
That's
you
a
have to
spit
deliver
to the
once again.
face.
You need a multi-kill, and he gets the first and the second, looking for the third. Blitz, looking to be the hero once again for ECLOT. That double kill is huge. Now it's up to Detour, Kriaz, and NBQ.
That sweep passed with that AK, a bullet to the face towards the line. That has to drop your morale if you're an opera at that point. But meanwhile, there is a good trade coming in towards the line, but they are still left in a little bit of an awkward spot. They are pushing closer towards the A side. Utility coming in from the CT side, and they have a man on the side. But the problem is, it seems like they're a little bit faltering at the moment. Not entirely sure where the first line of that contact is going to come in. Nox, he does find the first kill, but that's going to be Detour, at least with the trade. On top of the side, that Molotov doesn't land the right way. Detour gets the second kill, and this is possible. Oh god, he has to go for the plant as quickly as he can, but the problem is the bomb has been left on top of the site, and Mary, he decides to go for the save of that off for this round, and ECLOT, well, by the skin of their teeth, they barely get out of that round. But I have to say, it's because of individual performance. That's exactly what we're shining on this round. Blitz doing his work from long, and even the A-side workers. Detour. If you're ever on the side of ECLOT, you kind of have to raise your hat for this, man.
Yeah. That shot from Veggie on Force with the op, that was an insane shot, but it was not enough. The multi-kill from Blitz on long, and then Mari missing that Molotov, it was so crucial.
What do you even do if you're the opera at that point? You just pretty much have to ignore that. There's not like a right way to even contest something like that. That's just a swing from an AK and a spray bullet to the face.
Yep, you're holding, but it's
yeah,
who was much more prepared. Like, we saw him prepare. Like, getting ready, like, multiple times, trying to pre and trying to calculate and breathe in and swing, and that's a beautiful shot.
Yeah. That's pretty much almost the equivalent of actually losing for a deagle that pretty much costs like $700 and you have like a 5k buy. Oh god, but it is what it is. CS is a funny game every now and then. That's gonna be the drop nade for the connector push. It's a little bit off, but the right idea is right. From short, Mass does get the trade, but there's still a man down. So B side seems to be the direction. Now the question is, how are they going to navigate through the defense? Oh, actually Detour has a very good angle, but he's been spotted.
Yeah, but still it's a block. Not much you can do. Binox, MP9, he's using the deagle for long range and he has no Kevlar. In the meantime, 4C is going to arrive and get that freebie. Nah, he's not going to go for that. Nah,
you sure?
Hopefully.
You sure? Wait, oh, he's going to make it look good.
Yeah.
Like an agent.
Well played from 4C, triple kill from him. ECLOT gets round number 9 here. Permitta, that saved up. It gets one frag, but nothing more than that. And now, it's getting a bit more interesting. It was looking like a one-sided affair on the second half. Permitta winning 11-6, but ECLOT, they do know how to respond.
Yeah, 11 still on the board, just a round away from a tie. Or sorry, from a map point. Match point. Grand final point. And ECLOT, well, they're thinking about the prize money. They're thinking about the tournament. They're thinking about the prestige. Of course, you did say that they did win before.
Yeah.
They want to defend the title. And Permitta, well, of course, up-and-comers to the scene pretty much with a new roster. Already swinging off the bat. The first time I was actually casting him, didn't think too much of him. They turned my mind around quickly. And to be honest, they're still looking good. Can they keep this up? Utility being used at the start, that's just gonna be the bombardment for Connector. There's the sides really stepping into that fight. Meanwhile, the CT side seems to be stacking more players towards that middle. It's just gonna be a 2-player stack towards the B side. So it's gonna be Detour with NBQ to hold it off. But Permitta still haven't really chosen what push they want to actually go for. That nade is gonna do some damage. A lot of it too.
2 grenades.
Seems like they're getting a... Yeah, and it seems like they're getting a little bit more prepared for a B-side push here.
Yep.
Every single arrow seems to be pointing at B-side at this point. Detour with a very passive hold at the moment, even smokes out the cross. But Permitta, still not baiting.
Too early though, that smoke.
Yeah.
And then you're smoking Monster? I don't know, the communication is crumbling here a bit. You can see that the pressure is on these players, and that nade, Detour thankfully was not on barrels this time around. He would die probably. 35 seconds remaining. Permitta playing it very late. Oh, Blitz got spotted. Then Blitz will fall. He doesn't expect somebody to be in connector that late. Now 30 seconds. You got 2 smokes and 2 flashes. Where are you going to go? You have a man advantage, but you have to make a decision real quick. And Moros with a lurk. Kriaz in toilets. Moros is going to clear it. Yes, he will, but the shadow advantage is going to give Kriaz the kill. And MBQ has found a frag on Mari. And now Permitta, 15 seconds. You want to run back to A, but it's not going to work out. The frag grenade, then the incendiary mass taking a lot of damage. Kriaz takes him down. Beanox for the trade, but you don't have enough time. And then the Q's from behind. He's going to eliminate Veggie. Only Beanox remaining. And once again, Permitta crumble. There's so much pressure in their decision making. They don't decide where to go. They kind of stretch it out by sending Morels to look at something and then going back to B, then going back to A. You get the skill, just rush somewhere. It doesn't matter where. You have the numbers. If
just
you go
the explosion of that defense was impressive, I have to say it.
I don't know, like, if you go on B, it's 5 versus 2. If you go on A, it's 5 versus 2. Why are you making this a bit, I don't know. Maybe it's easier for me to say with the X-ray here and everything.
Of course. Hindsight is 20/20, but these are the reads that you kind of have to do when you are the in-game leader, especially in a situation like this. And it's not even about the call-out. Even if the call-out is wrong, you have to do something. Sometimes even a bad call-out, executed the right way, can give you a round. Already NBQ starting off the round with a kill, so they're already a man deficit. And this is exactly what I was talking about. We might see a little bit of a choke here. The pressure is starting to come out for both of the sides. For the side of ECLOT, they want to bring this to a tie, but Permitta just feeling anxious to win this game. And that might be the issue here. At the moment, they're just getting tapped down one by one, and there's still a very good chance for ECLOT to amount enough pressure for the side of Permitta to pretty much soil their pants at this point.
If you've just tuned in, at one point Permitta were winning 11-7. And now the score is about to get tied. And Permitta had a really good opportunity there last round. But they crumbled. The pressure, the anxiety, like Donut mentioned, and all of the other things here working in favor of ECLOT. They tied the score.
I have to say this. This is getting to that point that we have seen so many games get into. It either gets into an overtime, or what usually happens is when it gets so close to the comeback, either one of the sides falter here and they just win even the second round, and it's just going to be a 13-11. And that's going to be so heartbreaking to either of the sides. Permitta already winning some of the rounds that needed. They had a ridiculous lead coming into the T side, and ECLOT already bouncing back, bringing it to a backdoor. Actually, they actually came back to the game. If they lose it now, that is going to be so heartbreaking.
Really good points there. Whoever loses, it will be heartbreaking for both. But only one winner will be announced shortly in the following 10 minutes or so. Permitta.
You hear some of the tier 1 casters talking about it. Oh, this time it's not going to work out. Veggie is just going to get dropped in the first entry for the side of ECLOT. And I was about to ask, do you want to lose coming back to the game or just getting destroyed? Oh, shoot the smoke rats.
I don't want to lose at all. Morels with a trade on Kriaz. 5 HP remaining here. It's not looking good for Permitta. That frag grenade might catch Morels. No, thankfully it's not close. But both Morels and Beanox are low HP. So the pressure is on Matt. And Forcey is not going to miss. Morels is his next victim. And Matt is going to fall to Blitz, leaving just one player. Beanox. 1 versus 4. Forcey. That's a free frag. Upgrade to the up. Do you save? Do you try? 45 seconds remaining. AK picked up and he will reposition. ECLOT are so close to get that
the drop of
championship
that off
point.
pretty much means that he's still going to go for a round. 35 seconds left. Is he going to go for... I think he's pretty much hoping for there to be a push from the backside so he can make this a 1 versus 2. But the problem is, ECLOT are playing this right. Just playing it off of the sides as much time it is needed. And that is pretty much going to clear the push from Binox. And he's not even going to save the off for next round. I think that was a call out from his team. Not to bring it. I think we're going to see a rush. We might actually see a rush now.
Well, we'll wait and see what the final round of regulation will have to offer. Permitta in so much trouble. Money is not going to look great here. You will have Galils. Okay, so it will be a buy again, of course, with a 3,400 loss bonus. But ECLOT, they are the ones feeling confident. They are the ones feeling so close because they made the comeback. That's 5 rounds in a row. The momentum is on your side. Everything is working in your favor. The opponent has to come to you. They are the ones who need to plant the bomb.
Oh god, and this was exactly that I was talking about, the pressure. ECLOT mounting a ridiculous comeback, keeping their heads cold. The game is not over until it's 13 on a board or an overtime. And Permitta feeling so comfortable. We were talking about them coming as a newcomer to the scene, looking very good with a new lineup, almost even qualifying to the RMRs, getting very close on what's happening towards the latest games and the last time, but it's just still not working out from the short. That's gonna be RNBQ to pick up the first kill and bring the lead to the side of ECLOT. And now this is where men get stacked up. How can they actually bounce back into a round like this? The utility bombardment coming in towards the short, and Permitta, they've been scared off of every single angle.
Well, that's an important trait to find. Non-blitz, 4 versus 4. And the headshot on MBQ. Are you kidding me? That straight transfer is so good. Morels looking to take us to overtime, but Forcey has something to say about that. Kill found on Beggar. The flashes are so good. Forcey has found a second, but here's Morels once again. We have a smoke and a Molotov on Mass. Smoke used. Kriaz takes down Morels. The pressure is on Mass to keep his team alive, to take us to overtime, or it's over. Detour and Kriaz both here on the speed side. There's a lot of time on the clock, 45 seconds, but Mass has no idea, and eventually Kriaz is not turning his back. He has no idea either. Mass, he knows where Kriaz is, but he wants to wait for the second player. The trigger discipline here from Mass, looking to find that second player, but oh no, now it might be too late. He gets the first frag, and now Detour looking to peek. Mass has no idea where he is. Time is running out, and Mass is running out of options, and here's Detour. ECLOT are the champions of European Pro League 2nd Division Season 10. 13 to 11 on Overpass. This is as close as it could get.
Oh my god, the way to lose a round like that, your back turned against the enemy, almost doing the right play. If you get the kill and run towards the A side, that gives you the best possibilities to win this round. But the problem is, he never turned around like I just did. And that is heartbreaking.
Man, bro, this comeback from ECLOT, they were losing 11-7. That is 6 rounds in a row to win in regulation. Permitta, this is heartbreaking. It's going to feel horrible. And once again, ECLOT, this is the second time, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think they won more titles. It's the second time that they win an EPL title. They secured that spot to the main division. This has been a very interesting grand final, but Donut, talk to me through it. The first map, I guess you could say that there was nothing that ECLOT could have done. The second, it could have been a 2-0, but it didn't. And then on Overpass, I don't know.
I have to say, it's one of those situations where definitely that one round, we know the round that we're talking about, the one round on the pistol side that they were actually doing a very good job on the T side start on Nuke, and then they just get pretty much demolished by the defense, and that pretty much brings us back in towards Overpass, and the choke at the end. It has to feel bad, but they just made it happen, and I have to say, ECLOT, for them to have a head so cold and so well put together, for it to actually bring back that round back, and the whole half as well, and to just bring it to a victory, not even to an overtime, just outright win it. That is just a banger of an end to this tournament.
I have to mention round number 21 or 22, where Permitta are playing it so late, 35 seconds, we still have 10 players alive, and then they get that one kill for free. It's 5 versus 4, and they just don't commit to a bomb site. Do you go A? Do you go B? That had immense impact, and when ECLOT won the round, exactly, the lack of decision making, it was crumbling. And ECLOT, they figured out that, okay, these guys, they don't know what they're doing. They have so much pressure, the momentum is on our side, and we saw them just get round after round after round, and there was no hero from Permitta to go up and get a multi-kill round. Morals did try that at the end.
It's kind of close, but it just wasn't enough, and that's exactly what I was talking about. It's the lack of decisions from Permitta, and at the end, that is the worst way of losing a game. Not doing enough decisions. At the end of the day, at the deathbed, when you're thinking about your the last days of your life, pretty much, you think about the mistakes. Not doing enough mistakes, and that risks. We were pretty much just waiting for him, especially when you have a lead like that on T side. Go for whatever. You have a cushion. You have a cushion for a few rounds here and there to be lost. It doesn't really matter, but the problem is exactly what we were talking about. Seeing no decision from the side of Permitta pretty much leaves ECLOT in a ridiculous spot to just bombard them with utility and just go for those explosion picks, and they kept working time and time again.
Well, Permitta do have a nemesis, and their team name is ECLOT, beating them 2 times in the grand finals. Now, we have the opportunity to talk to one of the players, one of the champions. We are going to have 4C with us in a moment to talk about how that grand final went. Let's see. Okay, we're ready. 4C's ready. Let's hear from the champion himself, what he has to offer. And there he is. Hello 4C. Congratulations on the win. How are you feeling?
It feels good, man. It's a comeback, you know, that feels, that's the sweetest, you know.
Let's talk about Overpass from the beginning. The comeback that you mentioned. Yeah. It's 11-7. You used a lot of timeouts. I think your last timeout was at 11-7. I might be wrong. But how does that work out? The IGL, is it more of a motivational quote, or is it more strategic, or both combined? Just talk to us for the emotions.
I don't know, actually. We were just losing, you know, we do timeout, and I don't know. I don't remember actually what happened. I just played. And we somehow won some important round, I feel like. So I don't know. It was some important round, I don't remember actually. And then it was like, you know, we didn't lose stupid rounds anymore. And we just, you know, had like a good game plan for the round. And yeah, the rounds just kept coming, you know.
Nice.
All right, that's awesome. There's a certain round that we kept talking about throughout the tournament, throughout the best of 3, and one of them was the pistol round on Nuke. You managed to turn around a round that definitely was on the hands of Permitta, but on the A side, when they decided to go for the execution, with just a few P250s and USBs, you managed to turn a round back. Did that affect on Overpass as well, feeling on the deficit that you were pretty much losing the game, but somehow you guys just had the mental focus to actually come back on this map?
Yeah, I don't know, we somehow win like some stupid round, you know, which we shouldn't win. We somehow with individual skill win it, you know. Someone hits insane headshots, or we just play good off each other and we win this round. And then it's like we just feel the energy and start winning rounds, you know. And it was the same on Overpass, I think. Like, yeah, it just happens that we can come back somehow. It feels good.
All right.
Now, you yourself as an opper, Mirage maybe not the best map to show you off your skills, but on Overpass on that CT side, there was a round where Veggie hit an incredible shot on you when you were on long. Did that maybe affect you individually? Because obviously it's gotta feel a bit tilting, but did it take long for you to recover mentally from that?
No. Can I say bad words here or no? Like, can I swear?
Go ahead.
No?
Go ahead.
I just say, what the fuck is this, man? What is this shot? I've never seen someone pick like this, bro. And I was like just laughing. It's so stupid, you know. But I don't know. I didn't get that much, you know. We won the round, and I just played, you know, next. That's it. But it was weird too. But it didn't affect me.
Nice. It is entertainment at the end of the day, but I did want to ask you guys that when you were losing so many rounds on Overpass and finally coming into that comeback, but before comebacking into that Overpass, did you have the energy still into the team chat that you actually felt like you could actually won the game? Or what was the call-outs from the IGL? What was happening inside the TeamSpeak when you were actually deficiting on Overpass?
On CT side or on T side, you mean?
CT side.
Like, it was like today I felt we are like not at like 100% in terms of energy, like myself and everyone, but we just kept playing, you know, and believed in our like game plan or strategy on the rounds. And yeah, I think we weren't like tilted or anything, you know. It's like third map of like grand finals, and we won like Nuke.
No pressure.
So, yeah, it's like, I don't know. I don't think it was like pressure. We just were losing and then we started winning. Like, it's yes, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
that was we just started like winning rounds, and then it kept on coming. Then we were in like a good mood and energy. After we won like 2-3 rounds in a row, you just win everything. Then it's easy. Yeah.
That is
Now,
awesome.
versus Permitta, you do have a history. You've played versus each other a lot of times. And the last one, you beat them on the grand final of United 21. And it was the same thing. You lose to them on the upper bracket. You make that lower bracket run. And on the grand final, you win 2-0. Now, I'm going to ask, dropping from the upper bracket to the lower bracket, do you think that made you guys a bit stronger going the hard way?
I don't know. Like, we just lost, but we knew it's like not that important match, but it's good that we don't like upper bracket doesn't have any advantage over lower bracket, so it was like no map advantage or anything, so we just like played. It didn't matter that it's lower bracket. And yeah, I wouldn't want to be in their skin, like they win 2 matches that are like pointless, I would say, and then they lose twice in grand finals. It's not good feeling, but GG's to them. Like they are tough to play against for us, But yeah, we won.
Oh, it definitely was a close map, and it was entertaining. And as for the last question before we let you go, I need to ask, dude. Every time there's a winner, I need to ask them, was it loud on Discord, TeamSpeak, Mumble, whatever, even if you use phones? Was it loud at the ending when you won the map?
Yeah, of course. Like we just like are happy, so we like scream a bit, but it's not like we win major or something. It's like it feels really good. It feels really good. We scream for some seconds, talk a lot, that we are like happy, and talks about some rounds, blah blah blah. But yeah, the mood is really good after a win like this, because we have win streak now as well on HLTV. Yeah, so it feels really good to win this match. It's like, how do you say it, like the final step to like think we are good, because we won a lot of matches and like 2 finals now. So it feels really good.
Maybe in the future we could somehow incorporate the TeamSpeak sounds to the end of the game. That would be a great way to actually finish off the tournament.
Yeah,
but you need to beep it out.
Sorry, beep it out a lot of beeps. No, don't even censor it. What's the fun in that? But either way,
yeah,
Forsey,
exactly.
Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on your W once again. Congratulations to the entire ECLOT team. A well-deserved victory. Quite a show match on that last one. Coming back from 7 to 11, it's going to be something that you will remember. You will be coming on to the main division from this one. And the last question, how are you feeling for the main division?
Like, I don't know what teams are there even, but I think it's gonna be harder, obviously. But it's good for us, we need like as much tournaments as we can get, and it's we are glad that we can play it, So we are looking forward.
All right, GG's once again. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the win to you and the entire squad, and I will see you next time.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
GG's. Well, we heard it from the man.
Yeah,
Donut. Yeah, that was Forsey, and yeah, the good point there. We might in the future we might see some team comms at the last round, maybe. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. It was an absolute pleasure to catch this one. Thank you, Donut, for the first
thank you.
Firstly, for being my companion, and the chat, of course, and everybody at the EPL squad. Caps for the production and the observing from Raskold. They did an amazing job with the cameras and everything else. Let me just make sure that I'm not forgetting everybody. Firze as the observer, Caps. I want to thank Vice and the boys at the Russian channel casting, Goodwin and Humaniko, and you guys, of course, for making this one possible. Make sure to follow us on our socials. The main division will be coming up soon. I don't have the exact dates, but we will be seeing you guys once again.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.